23 win over Alabama.
Kind of surreal. There's no doubt about it. I understand why there's been a lot of skeptics, but I only have one thing to say.
Head coach Curt Cignetti there. His record now 24-2 at IU. The Hoosiers will face Oregon in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta next Friday. Indianapolis police are investigating a shooting incident after a driver in a crashed vehicle was found with a gunshot wound on the city's Near East Side. The incident happening in the 800 block of North Tuxedo Street near the Grace Tuxedo Park neighborhood. The driver was a man and the sole occupant of the vehicle. He was rushed to a hospital where he later died. IMPD is seeking information from the public to help in their investigation. The state of Indiana facing a multi-billion-dollar problem, and it's not roadwork or taxes. Here's Johnette Cruz.
State Representative Vanessa Summers says the state is in the middle of a catastrophic crisis. According to a recent report, Indiana loses over $4 billion annually because parents can't find reliable care. Advocates say the shortage is driving parents out of the workforce, costing the state over $1 billion in lost tax revenue every year. Summer plans to push for full funding for pre-K vouchers when the General Assembly reconvenes on January 5th. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The average price of gas in the state today at $2.83 a gallon, according to AAA. That's also the national average. Even though the Indianapolis Colts are eliminated from the playoffs, there's still something to play for this Sunday.
Yeah, we have to finish. And at the end of the day, this is not going to be a game where you have two teams that are just ready to go home. Like, we have another opportunity to go out there, play the game we love. They're going to come out ready to go, so we have to make sure we match that intensity.
The Colts will face the Houston Texans on the road. Running back Jonathan Taylor there, and Riley Leonard will be the starter at quarterback. As for the Indiana Pacers, they're trying to put a stop to their 10-game losing streak tonight when they play the Spurs at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Tip-off is set for 7. Here's Matt Bear with a check of the roads.
All right, Jared, crash clear eastbound 70 after the north split in traffic is cleared out as well. That slowdown we had on northbound 65, 70 is gone. Northeast side crash. Northbound 69 before 96th Street, the right shoulder is blocked. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunken drunk driving, your grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night. One phone call for a gazillion disasters, from frozen pipes and sewer backups to your teenager pleading ignorance on the proper use of a plunger. At Michaelis, they know that water damage waits for no one. Their fleet of trucks is, well, fleet. Over 3 decades of finding the source of the problem, then cleaning up, drying out, and restoring your home or business to better than new condition. That's Michaelis, fully licensed and insured, and fully empathetic to your anxiety, including dealing with insurance claims. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly cloudy, seasonably chilly, but quiet. Today's high up to 33. Mainly clear, quiet, and cold conditions overnight. A low down to 23. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Happy Friday. Kendall and Casey starts now.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
This is 93 WIBC, the Kendall and Casey Show with 100% less Kendall and Casey. Fill it in today on January 2nd. I'm Brad Klopfenstein. Sitting next to me, the voice you know well, Jerry Lopez.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It rolls through fast.
It does. So we get to do the year in review show because prior to today, there were no shows to review a whole year.
There we go. There was a lot of things that happened this year, so I can't wait to get into it, and a lot of things to look forward to. Hoosiers, big win.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about them in the 10 o'clock hour. I think a lot of our listenership is getting up maybe just a smidge hungover, and good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a new Hoosiers movie, and it's going to be for this team.
Well, what an amazing ride it's been. And in complete disclosure, I told you, I still don't feel like a believer. I'm waiting for it to come crashing down. I hope it continues, but geez, it's been a wild ride.
Jerry, I think just people in Indiana, that by nature is the way we are. I mean, I'm a Purdue fan, an unapologetic Purdue fan, and Purdue has been number one in basketball here, each of the last 3 or 4 years. I went to the national championship game, and I mean, Purdue has probably been the consistently best basketball program in the nation over the last 5 years or so. And even then, I still feel like, oh, yeah, this is going to come crashing down. And I think that carries over to IU. I think it carries over to Butler, to Notre Dame. That's just who we are. It's time for us to have some swagger, Jerry.
There it is.
So, Jerry, in fact, I was looking. What I'm wearing today is the closest I have to any red in my closet.
That's hilarious.
So I am a dyed-in-the-wool Purdue guy, but I have come around full circle this season just simply because if IU can do it, Purdue can do it.
I mean, that might be a stretch, but I see where you're going there.
Well, hey, I don't care if it's Minnesota or whoever.
I'm wearing my blue. I'm a Notre Dame guy. I'm still in mourning right now.
Well,
yeah.
How
about Miami?
That's just it. Miami's still rolling.
Yep.
So kudos to them. So, all right, I want to talk to you. So, given that we now can look back on 2025, we have numbers for the whole year. Jerry, murders in Indianapolis were down 45%.
That's what they're saying. I mean, I'm going to say right now, it seems so random that would be the case. I've filled in so many times, and we've been talking about the homicides and the murders and the assaults, but 44% is a heck of a drop.
It's a huge drop. Now, I noticed the numbers: 165 homicides, 133 of those are murders.
What is that? Some stand your ground stuff, maybe? Justified homicides?
Possibly. Yeah, I guess.
Self-defense?
Yeah.
That's still a homicide, but it's just justified.
Okay,
I would assume so.
That is probably the difference. But still, so 133 murders. I think we were at 255 in 2021. So I don't know. Do you see it?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. So this is Axios, and this is end of November. But they gave some percentages of crimes that were down, let's say. And at this point, now this is where I have a little issue. At the end of November, they said it was down 22%. So did we just have no murders in December?
There were not a lot in December. I mean, I think there were a couple in that week between Christmas and New Year's, but yeah, I is this something that the city is doing? Is it societal? Have we solved the drug problem?
I mean, we haven't done any of that stuff. I mean, yeah. So these numbers: robberies say they're down 15%. Aggravated assaults were down 22%. SAs were down 10%. 25% drop in murders before November. 55% drop when compared to 2021. I feel like 200 has been, unfortunately, the number for so long that now to see this number, it's nice. It's nice. I hope we can keep it up.
I do too. And
I'd love to have the city back. I don't come downtown for events because I don't want to deal with the extracurricular stuff that happens down here.
Now, where do you live? What side of town?
North side.
Okay.
Hamilton County.
Okay, so you're Hamilton County. I'm up in Lawrence. I don't know if it's simply because of downtown can be sometimes a free for all, or if it's just somewhat inconvenient to get downtown. But I noticed I used to be downtown all the time, but I also used to work downtown.
Right.
But I do notice even when the last time I was over at the old building, I went walking around downtown, and if there's not a big event going on, there doesn't seem to be the vibrancy that there used to be.
That's fair. So I used to work at a building that is in PNC Center.
Okay.
And I would park at PNC Plaza.
Yeah.
And there's that road that has the Steak and Shake right on the corner. And that was Skid Row. I remember the first time I worked there, and I'm walking in, and I could not believe what that road looked like. It doesn't look like that anymore.
No. So it's curious that they decided to close Circle Center Mall. Originally, when Hendricks Property Group came in and acquired that, they said that they were just going to move some people around, but then maintain the businesses. I don't know if they decided that they could get things done quicker, if they just completely closed it, or if there just wasn't enough demand, or if it was too expensive to run out people who were either homeless or otherwise not shopping.
I mean, so am I crazy? I think half this stuff is money laundering. There's nobody in any of these businesses, right? Like, ever. I have driven down places and seen these phenomenal storefronts, and I'm not going to mention any names, but let's say these businesses in Carmel somewhere. And you're like, I've never seen one person walk into that store, ever. I know your rent is not cheap.
Well, some of it, if you've got cheap rent, then you don't have to have a lot of revenue. But no, there's, I'd say, a third of the businesses out there. I always ask myself, like, how are you guys
It's
making
all off the books. It's all off the books. And to go to that, I feel like it's the same thing with malls these days, right? Castleton Square Mall is it's all going away.
Yeah, well, and I noticed over the holidays. So my my wife actually follow
Same thing in Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, fortunately we're north side of the river. But my wife follows several different groups on Facebook, and one of them is like an Indianapolis crime group. And I think it was like the day after Christmas, they started reporting that there was a shooting at Castleton Square Mall, and she's like, "Oh, you got to share this." I'm like, "Let's wait and see." I'm like, we're only hearing it from this one group, but sadly, there was a bunch of people that believed it, but it ended up being just a couple kids running around the corner saying, "Oh my God, there's a shooter!" And they're at the mall being stupid kids. But then people believed it. The call went out and that there was a mass shooting, and I think it was enough to scramble the police there.
Well, and the problem with something like that is what happens if you cause panic and people get trampled or some kid gets hurt?
There are laws against that. Whether or not they're going to enforce it or have the ability to go after the kid that does that, or kids. I don't know. But I guess where I was going with that is it was plausible and believable. Now, had they said, "Oh, it's happening at Keystone at the Crossing," or people would have been like, "Oh, no, it's not."
Yeah, not a chance.
Not a chance. And so, but yeah, some of these malls, like I think allegedly Washington Square Mall is still open. I don't know what's in it, but yeah, that would be another instance of, yeah, what are these businesses? How do they get revenue? How do they even pay their rent?
Exactly. How are you paying your rent? Because Simon wants their money.
Yes, they do. Yes, they have a
Simon
giant tower across from
money.
the State House that is not built on charity there. So I don't know where we go. Oh, we're talking about crime statistics.
Everything's down, yeah.
All right. So obviously we hold Mayor Hogsett accountable when these numbers are off the charts. Do we give him a kudos on this?
I mean, it sucks, but you have to, right?
Yeah,
like,
you do.
if whatever he's doing, then whoever's in charge, whether it's him, I don't even want to say the name Ryan Mears because of catch and release, or Chief Bailey or whoever, the whole administration, if this is what they're doing, then let's keep it up.
So I noticed last night Ryan Mears was at some sort of a, I don't know if it wasn't a prayer vigil, but there was an inner-city gathering last night, and he seems to be doing a lot more public appearances, which makes me think he might be posturing to do more than be prosecutor.
I think if you ask me that he wanted to wait to see what happened with redistricting.
Well,
and I say that because if redistricting would have went through, Andre Carson would be the nominee, and Andre Carson would be your mayor of Indianapolis for the rest of your life, right?
Well,
but since it's not redistricting, Mears can run.
I want to talk about that here a little bit later in the show. Who's going to be doing what here in the next couple of years? Obviously, we're reviewing a little bit of 2025. Later on in the show, I want to talk about your predictions for 2026, Jerry.
Let's do it.
So you're listening to the Kendall Casey Show on 93 WIBC. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in. When we come back, we will be talking about what's coming up in 2026. We'll be right back.
New Year's resolutions come and go. Big Ten wins, you earn those.
Norton in the corner. Bingo!
Big Ten basketball means tougher defenses, louder buildings, and zero margin for error. Coach Darren DeVries has the Hoosiers ready for the work.
Our mindset has to be, regardless of shots falling, our defense has to keep us in the game.
Up next, IU versus Washington, Sunday at 8. No fluff, no filler. Hoosier basketball on 93 WIBC.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
93 WIBC. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, filling in for Kendall and Casey today. I'm assuming they'll be back on Monday.
I'm assuming so.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. That they'll take back their own show, be in their new studio. Jerry, what do you think? This is kind of like having the keys to a new Ferrari.
I get to get the keys quite often, and my whole job is kind of like renting a car. Just don't wreck it. Just don't wreck the car. That's it. Bring it back.
Actually, that is exactly what we're doing. They're like, here. So don't do a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. Don't try to roll the odometer backwards.
Bring it back in one piece and no fines.
I love it. All right. So, Jerry, we were doing our 2025 year in review. Happy 2026, by the way. I wanted to get into some of the real challenges here in Indianapolis and get your opinion on, are things better or worse? And we've got a bunch of topics. First, potholes.
Potholes are horrible in this city. You know what's really scary to me is when it's raining outside and I get to play a game called Puddle or Pothole, and it's terrifying. Right? It's like, am I going to blow a tire, or am I just going to go over this puddle?
Right. I would never have low profile tires in this city.
On Meridian, sometimes there are some that are just terrifying. They're deep and huge and all in one lane. And it's just a complete mess.
Now, they have always been a problem, but we are not the only place in the country that has this climate. Ohio seems to have figured it out. Illinois kind of has figured it out. I drove through Pennsylvania here like 3 weeks ago. The roads are glorious. And I don't know what the difference is here.
I feel like most roads outside of the 465 circle are pretty nice.
They are. When I was a kid, Jerry, so I grew up over in Hancock County, and you could tell when you crossed into Marion County because the roads became wide and they were lined and there was no holes and they were awesome. And something happened over the last 40 years where the awesome roads are now in the suburbs and the unawesome roads are here in Marion County.
You know you're in Indianapolis when the roads look like Ukraine. Right? Like it looks like the roads in Iraq.
It's true. Okay, so potholes need a little help. How do you feel about construction that never ends? You're a Northsider.
Northsider, that 69 project, I'm part of that completely. And there's always construction. And now, you know what bugs you the most about this construction is the photo camera cop.
So I got a photo warning.
The little white truck. No, I'm pretty good at spotting them. But it's always the white truck on the side with the black thing in the front.
With the camera.
Yeah,
now,
and it's just like, wow, that's what we've come to.
Now, I feel like I'm doing a public service. I always set the cruise at 54. And yes, I'm stacking up traffic behind me, but I'm like, listen, I'm saving you guys from getting a ticket or the warning or whatever. So I've lived in Lawrence now. We moved in there in 2019. So now I'm 6+ years in. And so I live over at the old fort there at 56th Street longer than or more than half the time I've lived there, I have not been able to get on 465 northbound at 56th Street. So it's like Castleton exists on a map. I cannot get there from Fort Harrison.
There was when I would get on 69 there for a while, that Benford 69 by Allisonville. You pass Allisonville.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole new lane that goes off to the side, right? And there for a while, I would just miss it every single time because I was so used to taking it up further ahead.
A lot of the navigation systems have not figured that out either.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you that you've got to exit 3 miles before you get there. Not to mention, if I go to Ale Emporium in Castleton, I can't get back to my house because that on-ramp from Allisonville Road onto 465 has also been closed for 3.5 years.
Wow.
So I know that there is sometimes pain to get to something glorious, but my gosh, this has been a lot of pain.
Well, that and the increased traffic, right? The reroutes and everything else that come along with it. It's never fun. It's never fun. That's why I don't come on 465 very often.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you remember, but way back when Mitch Daniels was governor, and it might have even been his first term, he proposed an outer loop, the Commerce Connector, I think is what he was referring to it. But it was going to be like another 465, but basically run from Lebanon through Noblesville, over around to Fortville, Greenfield, go down by like Fairland, and then connect to I-65 around Franklin. And I was a big fan of building that thing, and it died not even a glorious death.
Now I've heard, and maybe people in the YouTube chat can correct me, or you can. I've heard that if you get a blown out tire or some issue, you can submit it to the city.
Only if that pothole has been reported previously. So if you want to be the pothole reporter, Jerry, you could have a new project.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
So if it's been reported, I think they have 48 hours to fill it. After that, you can get your wheel fixed.
There was one right there on 465-31 to get off on Meridian from 465 that was taking out cars left and right. I think it took out Guy Relford. It took me out like 2 days. No, I put something on Twitter and he responded. It took him out. Had a bunch of people messed up.
So now, did you have to get a new wheel or just a new tire?
The whole new thing.
Oh my! How much did that run you?
Well, he had to. I got lucky. I swerved around it and posted it, but I think it cost him. $300-400.
Oh,
wasn't cheap.
So, all right. Talking about real challenges in Indianapolis. Public transportation. Where are you on public transportation? Do we need more of it? Is it good, or is it just clogging up the roads?
So I feel unqualified to speak on this because public transportation isn't really a Hamilton County thing. I know that I don't like coming down here and seeing the no turn on reds. I think that's ridiculous.
I almost violated that this morning.
I know the different projects they have that are, I think they're trying to turn this into just a green city. They want to get rid of driving is what it seems like. Get rid of cars on the road.
I'm not opposed to public transportation. However, when you're taking away travel lanes from people who drive, basically you're creating demand where there had not previously been demand. I have a problem with that. And I look at how much money is flowing into that system. I know I did a study a few years ago, and I've seen these numbers backed up, that if you look at the ridership for Indigo right now, and you look at the amount of money that goes into fund Indigo, that basically every 3 years you could buy all those riders a brand new car and be money way ahead.
Wow.
Or alternatively, you could also just give them an Uber pass. That way they can go wherever they want to go from wherever they are, when they want to do it on demand, and again, save half. But I know the Purple Line runs out by my house, and 9 times out of 10, there are 1 or 0 people on those buses.
That's absurd.
It is.
I would like to have a high-speed rail somewhere. That'd be kind of cool. Somewhere where we can get to, Chicago or Cincinnati or wherever, St. Louis pretty quickly. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be. Now, if I would have known you were going to say that, we could have pulled up that Simpsons episode where they were all about the monorail. Jerry Lopez, the monorail proponent. So all that stuff works in Europe because it's dense and, every 30 or 40 miles you have a major city.
Yeah,
here,
you can get to whole new countries in 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
And here we have a train that goes to Chicago or Cincinnati. I'm not sure anybody ever takes it. In fact, when's the last time you tried to take a train out of Indianapolis? Ever?
I've never taken a train out of Indianapolis. The last train I even looked at was a dinner train in Noblesville. That was it.
Is that considered public transportation?
Technically.
Took you to where you're going. You had dinner, came back, which I know so Phoenix has some light rail, and they actually have maps that publish where all the bars are in relation to the stops, so you could do your own bar crawl.
That would be cool.
And maybe that's what Indianapolis needs to do. It might just be a matter of marketing, where if, you
Market
take the purple line and the red line and say, all right, here's how you can bar crawl.
Yeah.
But
do you like to drink beer? Yeah. Take the purple train.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I'm already interested.
It's not something like 90 I think only about 10% of their operating revenue comes from fare collections. So if 90% of their money is already coming from somewhere else and it's not coming from the riders, heck, just make that thing free.
Listen, they're going to end up putting kids on those things one day to take them to school.
They do.
That's what it's going to. They're going to have to increase the ridership somehow.
At least they did. I know that, when they allowed kids to pick any school that they wanted to in the county, if you were out of the district for whatever school that you're going to, obviously you wouldn't expect Lawrence Township to send a bus to Pike Township.
Right.
But I believe that Indigo was part of that process of shuttling kids around. And maybe it's not a bad way to go.
Now that I support, right? If we're going to push school choice and we got to get these kids to these schools, then heck yeah, let's let them use Indigo or wherever.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk to you. Where are we on rent and home prices? And how do you feel about those?
It's too dang high. Everything's too dang high. Listen, the home prices are high, and the rent's even worse.
So I know that
I have a pretty good job. I don't see how some of these people pay their rent.
Yeah. Well, Reason Magazine puts out a lot of little videos that I've enjoyed here recently, and there was the most recent one that I saw was talking about how zoning in historic districts have a bigger impact on increasing property values and rent more so than anything else. Just because it restricts the amount of supply that you have in the housing market, that drives prices up. And then as housing prices go up, and it restricts where you can actually put apartments and multifamily dwellings, and that raises the price too.
Well, I just feel like everywhere I look, there's new apartments going up, and I don't know who the heck is moving into all these buildings. It's a lot of apartments.
Well, every time I drive through Hamilton County, where you
They're
live,
everywhere.
I look around, I'm like, who can afford these places? So somebody does. It's probably, Tony Katz lives up there.
There you go.
I'm surprised that that Rob or Casey doesn't live there. I mean, we know that they're making bank.
Oh yeah, it's love it.
Love it. So you are listening to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, fill it in. Jerry, when we come back, let's talk about Central Indiana hidden gems. So you're a man about town. You're a single guy. I know you like to go out and throw darts and have a beer too.
I got some gems.
There we go.
Gems.
All right, we'll be right back. Let's turn it over to Jared Lewis in the newsroom.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Dozens are dead. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:32. Now, investigators in Switzerland are still searching for and identifying victims of the New Year's Day fire. Fox's Rebecca Castor.
Just after 1:30 in the morning on New Year's Day, a fast-moving fire tore through a popular bar in Crans, Montana. That's in the heart of the Swiss Alps. 13 helicopters and 42 ambulances rushed to the scene while partygoers ran for their lives, having to run up a narrow staircase out of the basement or break windows to escape. Yesterday, hundreds gathered for a vigil as officials report at least 40 people were killed and more than 100 injured. Many were visiting from other countries, so it could take days or weeks for them to be identified.
And the cause of the fire still being investigated. New York City's new mayor, Zohran Mamdani, officially sworn in on the first day of the year on the Quran with help from Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Mamdani is the first Muslim and first South Asian mayor of New York, as well as its first African-born mayor. And food stamp restrictions on junk foods are now in effect in 5 states, including in Indiana, with more to come throughout the year. Indiana is banning soft drinks and candy. 42 million Americans use SNAP, and the grocery industry has put out some estimates that they will lose $1.6 billion initially and $759 million every year going forward from these changes. Your opening bell report on 93 WIBC brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management. The Dow is up 134 points, 48,063. The S&P 500 also in the green. It's up 33 points to 6,845. And the NASDAQ up 215 points, 25,249. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer Nigel here for Window Nation. I have Window Nation windows installed in my house. The cold air has stopped coming through. The warm air has stopped exiting the house because of my grade A Window Nation windows. Definitely check out their sale, windownation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free.
Window Nation, the best in the business, but don't just take my word for it. Check out their A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check out their over 45,000 5-star reviews. Now that's a big deal because nobody ever leaves 5-star reviews, but Window Nation has over 45,000 of them. Take advantage of this deal right now. Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows for free sale. It's going on right now. Schedule your fast and free, that's the key word, free estimate at windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
'93 WIBC. You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in. Now, don't turn the dial. It's not going to kill you. You can listen to us for one day. Jerry, isn't that how you feel about it?
Listen, they're going to have a lot of fun today.
They're going to have a lot of fun.
Let us get you through your rough morning.
Jerry, this is going to be fun because technically we don't even work here.
That is a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, you had to ask me how to get here.
I did have to ask
Where is the studio?
So here we are. So yeah, it's a Friday. It's January 2nd. We're having lots of fun talking about stuff that interests us, that is relevant to Central Indiana. Right now, I want to talk to you about Central Indiana hidden gems, Jerry.
Let's do it.
You are a man about town. You've lived here how long?
So I was born and raised here in Indianapolis, but I left for a while there when I was in the service. So I was gone from maybe 2000 to 2010.
Okay. So pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
This has been your home base, so you know most of the good
places,
things.
yeah.
So, nature and outdoors. What is your go-to? If you want to go outside and just clear your head, where do you go?
There is a great walking park in Westfield, and I'm losing it right now. Give me a second. Let me look this up.
All right. So, I'm thinking, like for me, Fort Benjamin Harrison. That's right behind my house. That's obviously a no-brainer. I like
Cool Creek Park.
What is it?
Cool Creek Park.
Cool Creek Park. So
great place. I take my kids there, man. Go walk on trails and hang out. It's really nice. Easy walk. Yeah. People with their dogs. It's pretty nice.
Is it busy?
Sometimes. It's not overly busy. Plenty of places to sit and swing with your kiddos and walk around and do whatever.
So splash pad or?
Yep, splash pad, huge park, huge playground.
So now actually,
it's free.
My daughter and son-in-law were here last week for Christmas. We went to a place over to just off of 30th Street and German Church Road. Grassy Creek Park, I think was the name of it. Fantastic park for kids. So they had like 3 different areas based on how old the kids were, and all this. It had like the soft padded. I don't even know what it was on
making kids soft these days. No
sort of
boo-boos.
Exactly. None of these kids
Nobody
are going to bruise
has to rub
themselves,
rocks out of their knees or anything like that.
Nobody's going to break an arm. These kids don't even know how to be kids these days.
No.
Very cool park. I know like the Coxall Gardens in Carmel is awesome.
Yep.
They do shows up there.
I mean, they have concerts on the street out there in Carmel. They post up all the time, and those it's something on Main. It's like concerts on Main or something like that. Really great events.
Yeah,
always things going down there. The art mobilia and with the car shows. And
I want to go to that. I've heard about that.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. And literally, you just park and go walk up and down. They shut down Main Street and do all kinds of things. Porch Fest is another thing they do out there.
Porch Fest, that is another. I've been to that one time.
There's all kinds of events. Yeah.
So, now, are you a trail guy? Monon Trail, Nickel Plate Trail.
I've been running on the Monon Trail, which is not something I like to do, but I've been using it more
chased?
now. Huh?
Are you being chased?
No, but listen, I'm happy you asked because that's what it would have been a long time ago. I say, if you ever see me running post-service, pick me up. I am not exercising. Yeah.
So what brought on the now running?
I don't know. I think I hate running. So I just went and did it. And then I did it enough times where like I fell in love with how I felt after I got done running.
I would be the opposite of that. When I was in high school, played soccer, I ran track, I ran cross country, and I distinctly remember when I did not make it out of sectionals and track my senior year, I thought to myself, this might be the last time in my life that I'm going to be in shape.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, man, in the service, you run so dang much. Listen, this is a true story, all right? We used to run, it's around the airfield on Fort Lewis. We have this huge airfield, it's like 8 miles. Run it every Monday, on purpose on Monday, to discourage you from being a complete alcoholic during the weekend, because you're going to get up and run 8 miles Monday. Me, my friends, and I would go park my car the night before, 2 miles down the street, and we would sprint as fast as we can to get so far ahead of the group behind us, hop in my car, drive around the other 6 miles, park, and then just sit there and wait for some people to go, and then just jump in and start running.
Did you ever get caught?
Never.
No way.
Never. And the statute of limitations is up now, so. Yeah, never got caught. Yeah. That's how much I hate running. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in the service, man. If you chase me for 2 miles, no, I'm just going to stop. We're going to fight. I'm not going to keep running.
Now, there's a group out there called the Hashers.
Never heard of them.
So they say that they're a drinking group with a running problem. But what they'll do, and typically they do this in the evenings, but they'll send a couple people out with a couple cases of beer, and they will drop beers every so often to make a trail. Well, then everybody else runs, and whenever you get to a spot where there's like a beer dropped and a case of beer sitting there, then everybody has to stop, pound a beer, and then they run on to the next one.
All right, if anybody's interested in starting this up in Hamilton County, go ahead and start leaving beers on the Monon for Jerry, and I will pick those up.
Jerry, how can people get in touch with you?
We can be the Hamco Hashers.
There
right?
you go. So
Yep.
see, you were destined to be a hasher. You had no idea prior to this moment.
Listen, this is the life I chose, Brad. This is the life I chose.
I'm looking forward to hearing adventures with Jerry now.
There you go.
So now, do you go to any state parks?
So I've been to the Dunes, which is very common for people, but I went to it for the first time 2 years ago, and I absolutely love that place.
So it's in the last couple of years, and some of it is my wife. Her job took her up to around Lake Michigan, and she really embraced it. I always thought it was kind of cool that, we've got Great Lakes 150 miles, 160 miles from it. I've always appreciated them. I've never done a great job of embracing them. But here the last couple of years, we've been doing more like little day trips up to, there's a park in Gary right by Miller Beach.
Sounds dangerous.
Actually,
it sounds very dangerous.
It does sound dangerous.
Brad, you should not be going to Gary.
It is.
I don't know if you know this. I'm probably better
I
off.
was one of the few, if
white
not
guys.
only white guys.
Yeah, I believe that. You didn't have to say it.
But it is gentrifying. Like the whole area was suddenly like a bunch of cool stuff is being built, and it's right there on the lake. Marquette Park. Marquette Park is the park there in Gary. Michigan City.
The only thing I know about there is there's a prison, right?
There, I think they are closing that one, and they're moving everybody to Westville, which is up there. But Michigan City has an awesome Beach Park. They got a lighthouse there. We almost went up there last week or Monday, when all the storms rolled through and we had all the high winds. Apparently there's like 25-foot waves on Lake Michigan. And they were, I would have loved to have seen just all that blowing in.
Yeah, it's so I'm a beach guy. Like, I put me on Miami and let me just roast. I love that. So when I went
the reason you're a jogger. You're trying to get in shape.
There it is.
Get the six-pack.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm going for the one kegger. But when I go up to dunes, I mean, it's pretty much like the ocean. It is very real. Like, I mean, I had a fantastic time. I didn't know it was going to be that fun. It was really good.
So Indiana Dunes, there's actually two parks side by side. You've got the state park, which is run by the state of Indiana, and then the national park, which obviously is part of the national park system. So if you have a state park pass, you can go to the Indiana side, and I know that they've got a cool beach house there and place to grab lunch and dinner. And
speaking of that, do veterans get into state parks for free, or any parks for free? I think I've heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's true.
I don't know. I would think maybe the national parks or maybe a discount. I know my mom got in on some deal when she turned 65. The national park system offered a one-time. You buy a park pass one time, and it's good for the rest of your life. So it's a lifetime pass for retirees. Now, I don't know if they still have that program, but I've been with her a couple times when we were out in like Vegas, and we just wandered across some national park ground, and she's like, "Yeah, we can go in. I got my pass."
What's your hidden gem for food?
Man, I don't know that it's hidden. The Rathskeller is pretty popular. I like going to the Rathskeller, just getting German food. Now, there's a little place over on East New York Street called the Great Divide. Used to be called Ralph's Great Divide. I like that as just a place that's out of the way, but convenient to downtown. You can walk to it from the Circle if you want. I like going to Behringer's Tavern down on South Meridian. I don't know. What are your hidden gems for food?
My go-to is the Italian House. All my places are going to be in Hamilton County.
Well, of course.
So the Italian House is this little building, but the food is fantastic. I mean, you have got to go there.
Where is that?
Right off of 32. 32, right by the high school, kind of. By the old high school. They've now moved it a little bit up the block.
Okay.
But right on 32. Little building. Best Italian food you're going to get.
Now, did you say you live in Westfield?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Westfield. I can remember in high school, Westfield, I always look forward to having them on the schedule because that was a little school whose butt we could kick when we were playing them in anything. Now
things have changed.
It's changed a lot. Now suddenly they're the world beaters. So what else? Do you ever go to Sid's in Noblesville?
No, I have not.
Actually, this could be a whole
right there on the square. Yeah, I've never been there.
This could be a whole separate dive bar discussion. I would think that you're somewhat of a dive bar kind of guy.
I don't know how to take that, but yeah.
Well, no, I know you like to throw darts and you like to have beer.
Yeah, they have darts at nice establishments, Brad.
They do. Well, you live in Hamilton County. I think by defation, it's going to be hard to find a true dive bar.
Well, maybe.
Maybe if you go to Sheridan. Now, don't get ticked off if you're in Sheridan, people. We're not making fun. We're just talking about reality. You are listening. This is Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez. We are filling in for Kendall Casey. When we come back, Jerry, I want to continue this conversation on dive bars and hidden gems. We'll be right back.
Happy New Year. Hammer and Nigel Show back live Monday afternoon with the biggest stories in Indy and a whole lot of fun. We hope you join us.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow and the problem gets worse. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call Federated Tax today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
'93 WIBC. You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, filling in for the crew. They will be back on Monday. They gave us the quasi-holiday shift, Jerry, and we are here to make the most of it.
That's right. Hey, start out with a bang. First show, give it to Brad and Jerry.
That's right. Well, I saw that we are number 2 in the ratings now. WIBC is.
We are, and we get to drive the ship. So
we do. We're driving the ship, and you and I are here just often enough we can take credit for that.
There it is.
So, all right, before the break, we were talking about hidden gems around central Indiana. You're a single man.
I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend. All right. So, if you're looking for a date, where do you take her? Where did you take her on your first date?
So, what we have done, and this is, we've been together for almost 3 years.
Okay.
So what we got into, because we play darts a lot, and that's kind of like how we socialize with our friends. But sometimes that turns into like, we're not really hanging out together, right? So she's always on TikTok, and her algorithm turned into cool new restaurants in Indianapolis, right? So I would just have her pick one, and we would just hit that one up, right? So like, is it Tom's Watch Bar?
Yes.
We went there because she saw it on TikTok. We went to some robot sushi joint in Fishers because she saw it on TikTok.
I've heard about it. Just recently heard about that. Is it good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, the food was good. It's an interesting concept.
So did the robots make the sushi or just deliver it?
No, so they don't do either, really. A robot will bring you your drinks, like a little, it looks like Wall-E almost from the show, right? He opens up and gives you your drinks. And then there's conveyor belts that go around between all the booths and stuff.
Okay.
So you're just sitting there face to face eating as this conveyor belt goes by, and it has different sushi rolls on it. You just pick what you want.
Okay, so it's all you can eat?
No, definitely not all you can eat, but it's encouraged to eat 15 plates, because if you put enough plates in this thing, they give you a little sushi Lego. So
do they charge you by the plate? How does this work?
I bet they do. I bet they do.
Okay, so this sounds like a modern incarnation of the pizza train.
Yeah.
Pizza Kings out in Hendricks County.
Do they have the train still at any of these?
I haven't been to one in a long time. I think they do.
I would go to Pizza King if they had the train, just for the nostalgia.
Okay. So people need to hit you up on X and say yes or no.
Let me know. If you know where a Pizza King is that has a train, let me know at Indy Spanglish. We'll go.
There you go. Okay. So do you have any local bakeries? Are you a bakery guy?
I am not a big bakery guy. Nothing beats Long's in my opinion. I've heard Titus is pretty good. I've never been there. I've never had Jack's. I heard that's pretty good. But if I'm down, like today, I will probably go to Long's just because I'm down here.
Okay. Yeah, it's close. Although, aren't they closing the 16th Street Bridge sometime soon? Like they're going to rebuild it.
Oh, wow.
You might not be able to get there from here.
Well, we'll figure it out. And it's cash only, so.
It is.
Yeah.
I hope you brought cash.
Yeah.
Now we'll have to see if they take pennies.
Well, nobody's taking pennies.
Okay. All right. So now one of my new favorites, Rise and Roll.
Never heard of it.
It's Amish bakery. They're out of like Elkhart or someplace. They've got a location in Fishers and one down in Greenwood. It's pretty spectacular. So put that in the back of your mind as if you see a Rise and Roll, it's like, hey, Klopp was telling me that this isn't bad. So speaking of cash only, did you ever go to the Working Man's Friend?
I've been there one time.
Okay.
Yep, one time.
So heck, that might be an after show place for us.
Really?
Yeah. If you've only been there one time.
Yeah. I have to check it out. There's what's the other one? Friendly or something like that in Zionsville?
Oh, the Friendly Tavern's really cool. Yeah, it's right there on Main Street.
Wings, right? The wings is what you go there for. They give you like 2 pounds of wings or something like that.
I didn't know. I always get the tenderloin. I guess I need.
Yeah, the tenderloin's huge. The guy sitting next to me had the tenderloin. It was massive.
Yeah. Old friend of mine, Scott, owns that. In fact, I know he listens to the show. He's probably happy that we're talking about it. I ran into him getting gas a couple of years ago. It was like, hey, I hear you on WIBC from time to time.
Yeah, the wings are good.
All right. Scott, there you go. Head to the Friendly Tavern in Zionsville. Shapiro's Deli. Did you ever go there?
I have been there before. Pretty good. Yeah.
So I know when I have friends from out of town, especially the East Coast, they want to go there because they're like, well, yeah, this is as good as any East Coast deli. It's cheaper and they're actually nice to you.
Well, that's the difference, yeah, because it's not on the East Coast. The bagel guys in line freaking out or something.
Yeah. Now, Cafe Heidelberg out in Lawrence. Have you ever been there?
Nope, never been there.
Okay. Cool story. The guy
I stay north of the Mason-Dixon line, or as you guys call it, 86th Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes you got to venture south.
No. I grew up south of 86. I don't want to go back.
But all the characters are down here.
I've been paroled.
Okay.
All right.
Jerry, I got to tell you, I used to live not 3 blocks from where we are right now. And so I moved down in 1994 over to Chatham March. And I just moved in. I was on my front porch. I mean, I'm all proud. I had a nice porch that looked at downtown Indianapolis. And me and a couple of buddies are sitting there having a beer. And we see just a little bit of a commotion. We see somebody pushing a shopping cart. And it's got all sorts of metal and stuff sticking out of it. And they're just walking down the street in front of us. And I was like, man, you don't see that every day in Carmel. In fact, you could go your entire life and never see that.
At all, dude.
This first guy gets about down to the end of the block, and then about a block behind him, somebody else pushing a shopping cart full of metal. And I'm like, all right, are these two people together or not? They're just far enough apart. You're like, these could be two random things, or does this happen? You'd never see that in Westfield.
Not a chance.
In fact, you'd go to jail if somebody was doing that in Westfield.
Carmel locked up Jim Irsay, so they will lock up anybody. All right, so don't be out there with any of your nonsense. But that's why it's so nice. It's so quiet. Great place is Midtown Plaza in Carmel. They show movies on Mondays in the summer. There's Sun King. There's a whole Fork and Ale. I think there's a whole bunch of places right there. Outdoor ping pong, outdoor pool tables.
That's really cool.
And it's all free. Like you just show up and bring your kids for a movie night. Walk around.
So
and that's right off the Monon.
Yeah. So that's kind of how you could take your kids out. You can have beers and not be an alcoholic with your family.
Boom. And watch all the other dads that are drinking with their kids too.
And you're being a responsible parent. You've got this dialed in. So you never walk downtown then? So you never do like Lockerbie Square?
No. I'm sure there's some cool stuff. I've never even been to like Irvington. Like people talk about Irvington, so I've never been there.
Yeah. Oh, there's Psalms has a new place. Well, it's not new, it's been there a couple of years, but they've got a little bar, good place out there. There's there's 2 or 3 other places. They've got a Giacomo's Pizza out there. Yeah, Irvington's another little hidden gem. I don't know that you'd go there every weekend, but
sure,
you could certainly spend a night out there and enjoy yourself.
You know, I think I was gone for those years where like you do things other than Broad Ripple, right? Like whenever I came home, I was at that age where it was just always on Broad Ripple, always on Broad Ripple. And then I left and you come back and it's okay. Now we're on the north side and this is everything we're doing.
I get it. Well,
and it's built up so much in Hamilton County. I mean, every one of those cities has the Fishers Event Center where they have legitimately Blake Shelton comes in and performs there, right? Or Noblesville has now the Noblesville Boom basketball. I went to a basketball game out there. It's phenomenal. You have the Palladium. You have all these different things. You have Westfield has the Disney World of youth sports.
Cool. You are listening to Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, filling in for Kendall and Casey. Jerry, when we come back after the news, we're going to do a Would You Ever local edition.
Can't wait.
I know. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, how the Hoosiers put belt to backside in the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day, where IMPD officers say a man shot was found early this morning.
Ready to go. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump posted that on Truth Social early this morning in a warning to Iran that if they kill peaceful protesters, he wrote the U.S. will come to their rescue.
These protests in Iran have been growing throughout the week and are now in at least 27 different cities.
And there are at least 7 deaths reported in the anger over economic troubles, including surging inflation. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson also reports from West Palm Beach, Florida, near the president's resort.
Iran's Secretary of the National Security Council responding to Trump angrily saying, quote, Trump should know that American interference in this internal issue is equivalent to chaos across the entire region and the destruction of American interests.
The Small Business Administration is cutting off loans to nearly 7,000 borrowers in Minnesota amid allegations of $400 million of fraud, on top of the multi-billion-dollar daycare fraud allegations being investigated in the state, where there's something new starting this year, also under scrutiny by Minnesota Republicans.
Even in the lead-up to this new program officially launching, whistleblowers in Minnesota were apparently sounding the alarm about how people were already planning to scam it. The state's new paid leave program allows for up to 20 weeks of paid leave a year for almost every resident, with it being for medical leave or to take care of family, and taxpayer dollars will pay out a percentage of a person's salary up to $1,420 a week.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. We're just getting an update on that bar fire in Switzerland early New Year's morning. Officials now say sparkling flares on top of champagne bottles started it.
Partygoers ran for their lives, having to run up a narrow staircase out of the basement or break windows to escape.
Fox's Rebecca Castor says they're still working to identify all 40 of those killed. The earthquake this morning in Mexico. People fled buildings from Mexico City to Acapulco, worried about the shaking. The quake, a magnitude 6.5, centered near Acapulco and San Marcos. No serious damage reported yet. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Complete domination. Cloudy and cold in downtown Indianapolis. The temperature at 24 this hour will top out around 33 for today. with mostly cloudy skies. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's now 10:02. On to the next one. The Indiana Hoosiers remain undefeated after leaving Pasadena victorious in the Rose Bowl game Thursday.
Takes the snap. Fernando looks left, fires it down the field. He's got Surratt. Touchdown! What a perfect throw by Fernando, and Indiana scores again.
The call by Don Fisher on the IU radio network, one of Fernando Mendoza's 3 touchdown passes. The Hoosiers throttle Alabama 38-3. They will face Oregon in the Peach Bowl next Friday, and with a win, they will move on to the national championship game in Miami. IMPD officers say they found a man inside a crashed vehicle with a gunshot wound early this morning on Indy's Near East Side. That man was the driver of the vehicle that hit a tree. He was also the only one inside when officers got to the scene of the crash. Responding IFD crews noticed the man had a gunshot wound and then alerted police. He was taken to a hospital in critical condition but later died. IMPD's homicide unit is investigating. Marion County is raising the cost to get out of jail in 2026, a change court leaders say is meant to improve public safety. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
The county's new bail schedule increases bond amounts across nearly every felony level, and in some cases, doubling and tripling what people accused of crimes have to pay before they're released before trial. For years, police groups have argued the old system was too lenient and allowed people to cycle in and out of jail. The new rules shift most cases to higher cash bonds, especially for serious charges in crimes like domestic battery and unlawful firearm possession. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
State Representative Vanessa Summers is warning about Indiana's last place ranking in child care access and how it's costing the state over $4 billion annually, with nearly 40% of parents leaving the workforce due to a lack of care. Summers is calling for an end to voucher cuts when the regular legislative session begins on Monday. And a few college basketball games of note this weekend. Starting tonight, the Notre Dame men are at Cal Berkeley for an ACC game. The Butler Bulldogs will be back at home on Saturday to face Villanova. And in Big East action, that game in Big East action, number 5 Purdue will be on the road Saturday to take on Wisconsin. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Kendall and Casey back in 1 minute.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 101 West Ohio, Indianapolis.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Morning, everyone. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in for Rob and Casey today. Kylan Talley, the other side of the glass, running to board. She's at Jerry, you said earlier that this is like having the keys to the Ferrari. Kylan's really driving. We are just along for the ride.
That is a fact. We just have to sit in the fishbowl.
Yes. Yeah, we got to make it happen. So I like these new digs. Got lots of windows and views of...
All eyes on us.
Exactly.
And it's completely different. For those of you that don't know, the old studio was we would sit in the same room as the producer. They'd sit right next to us. Now the producer has her own window, the news person has their own window, Matt Bear has his own window, and everybody faces the people that are in the studio.
It's kind of like
which is really weird when you do Tony Kinnett by yourself, because then you're just sitting in a room by yourself watching the producer.
You can do this from a closet or your bathroom. So now I think Kylan might have a lair. I mean, we could call it a lair.
Ooh, we keep calling it a cave, but I like a lair.
Lair. It sounds a little bit more sinister. And you could have schemes.
Yeah, okay. We'll leave the cave for Matt Bear. Bear in a cave, yeah.
I like that. But yeah, Yeah.
I like it. My little producer lair.
Hey, we got an update, though. This is from TODMNT on Twitter.
Okay.
Said that the Southport and Bluff Road location for Pizza King has the train.
There we go. Okay, so if you want your pizza delivered by a train,
I think it's just drinks.
So you're going to the south side.
Or maybe it's pizza too. I don't know, but we're going to find out.
Okay.
There were a couple people in the YouTube chat as well, in the live stream chat, 93 WIBC. Someone said that the Pizza King on Bluffton Road has a train. Avon Pizza King too.
They're everywhere. So now, I don't know what it is about Pizza King pizza, but I could devour a large all by myself.
Yeah, I'm getting there now. And then I body shame myself afterwards.
Well, but my favorite pizza is still Ale Emporium pizza. But Pizza
I've never
King,
had Ale Emporium pizza.
You've never?
I only get the wings when I go to Ale Emporium. Hermanaki every single time. It's the only thing I've ever eaten there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you might need to branch out next time you're wanting a pizza. Give Ale Pizza a try.
I will have to do it.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of that. Denver's out in Fortville. Those are kind of my two go-tos when it comes to pizza. So anyhow, Jerry, I teased before the break. We're going to play Would You Ever Local Edition.
Let's go.
So I'm going to ask you questions. You tell me whether you would ever do this or whether I am crazy.
Got it.
All right. So number one, would you ever live inside the Indy 500 track if they offered you housing?
Couple follow-up questions. Do I have a car? Like, can I drive the track when people aren't around?
Oh, that's an excellent follow-up question. I hadn't thought about it that much.
Do you also get access to the golf course?
Oh, and would it just be the 3 holes that are inside the track or all 18?
Like, there's a lot of things. But so, yeah, maybe if the situations were right.
Well, you say that. Would your answer hedge on whether or not you'd have access to?
Yeah, I don't want to just live in this big thing by myself. If
you
the
get to
housing's
watch all
free.
the stuff going on.
I mean, I can watch that anyway.
Well, you could.
If I don't get the fringe benefits, I'm out.
Okay. Okay. So Jerry's only in if he gets to drive.
Brad, would you?
I think so. I mean, that is
True
even if you
Hoosier.
don't get to drive.
Even if I don't get to drive. I mean, there is just something about that place that I love, and I would spend every day out there if I could.
There's something about that place that I love too, and it's called the Snake Pit, and it only happens once a year.
There's that.
All right, so
Yeah. So it's not a snake pity as it used to be.
I am too young to know the old Snake Pit.
You
but
are.
I've heard the war stories.
You were just a smidge younger than me, but I remember.
I heard people used to leave whole cars out there.
Yeah, sometimes on fire. Yeah, I mean, if you went out for a practice day, you were going to see nudity in public. So sometimes it was hillbilly chicks.
It's never the ones you want.
No. One time I saw a couple people going at it in the mud. That was interesting. Yeah, that doesn't go on anymore. But that aside, I just enjoy racing. I enjoy being at the Speedway. I get out there as often as I can in May. I probably need to do a better job of getting out there for some of the other races, but I would live there. So let's see. Would you give up downtown parking forever if it meant no potholes?
No. I'm not. I don't like running. I'm not going to walk for no reason, too. Like, I'll just dodge the potholes.
Okay, there we go. So you're pro pothole and you vote.
Yeah, pro pothole before I'm using my Chevrolets.
Okay.
You're going to give up your parking? Yeah. We already have potholes.
We do have potholes. Yeah. No, I wouldn't either. Would you move out of Indy for double the pay? Central Indiana.
Yeah. Double the pay? Heck yeah.
Okay. So would it matter what the job was?
I mean, definitely. Yeah, it'd have to be something I enjoy. The older I get, the more I just want to do things I enjoy. I don't really care about I don't really care about the money so much. The money is never going to be enough. If they give you a raise, your bills just get higher. Right. I'd rather do something I enjoy.
Okay. So you are all about quality of life and enjoyment of what you do, as opposed to you can't just flat out be bought.
100%.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, this thing's going to end. I want to do what I want to do.
All right. I want to do a Colts Pacers reality check with you. What's more painful? The Colts seasons since Andrew Luck retired, or the Pacers being on the cusp of a championship followed up with the season they're having now?
No, it's 100% the Colts season since Luck retired. We got a big nothing burger from him, and then the way he left was just horrible. Left us hanging. We were flopping around everywhere. We sucked for Luck, and then we sucked another 10 years after that. Like,
I thought it was funny. Somebody asked him if he was called by the Colts to come back when we hired Phillip Rivers this year. He's like, well, no, they didn't even call me.
Yeah, because you quit, bub.
Yeah, we have called you every other time, and you're like, no. So why would we call you now?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate the Pacers. I mean, there's still a lot of hope for that team. I'm really excited about the Pacers. We all knew this was going to be a down year when Halliburton went down. We knew that was going to happen. And I mean, I'll dog on him now. Miles Turner was trash to me. You know, he how are you 7 foot tall and you can't get 5 rebounds a game?
It's because he was always playing out beyond the arc.
So I was happy to see him go.
If you're 20 feet from the basket, you're not going to get a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, I was happy to see him go. So yeah, for me, it's luck leaving.
Okay. So, and the Pacers, like on New Year's Eve, they lost by 2 points. We've had so many close losses and so few close wins. So, but I am with you. Just, yeah, the Colts, I mean, they seem to be kind of hinting towards a house cleaning coming up, and that might be on the horizon. So, what is it? Next Monday, I think, is the day where most of the coaches get
Black
fired.
Monday.
Black
yeah,
Monday
everybody gets fired. Yep.
So, yeah, we're just 3 days away from that. Which team brings you more pride in Indy right now? Pacers or Colts?
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. I mean, because the Pacers are horrible right now. I think they've lost 10 or 11 in a row.
10.
They might have maybe the worst record in the league, possibly.
One of the
and the team
worst.
they played in the championship is like going for the record for most wins in a season. I mean, you couldn't find 2 different scenarios after they met in the championship. The Colts thing, I was over with. I loved Daniel Jones. He came in here and just clowned. It was fantastic. And then when he went down, it was just game over. We have Anthony Richardson hurts himself pregame with an elastic band, snaps himself in the eye, has to have surgery.
Is his career over?
Did he even have a career?
Well, not much of one.
It's a shame. It's a shame what's happened to him. I think that he has some talent. He needs to go somewhere else, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think his time here at Indy, he's
give that Golden Domer a try, Riley Leonard.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
Give him a try.
But which one gives you more pride?
The Colts.
Okay, the Colts. You're in. Or a follow-up question to this, has IU football or Purdue basketball become the predominant sports to follow here in Central Indiana?
I think it's definitely IU football right now.
Oh, this season. There's
IU
no doubt
football
about it.
right now, yeah. Listen, once again, Notre Dame fans, congratulations to all you IU fans. Just a reminder to take the price tag off the hat you just bought at Walmart because you haven't been an IU fan the past 4 years.
If you take the tag off, Jerry, you can't return it.
I mean, you'll at least get a couple more games out of it. And I hope they win, but let's just keep it real.
Exactly. All right. So on our edition of Would You Ever or What Are Jerry's Realities, which is worse, Indiana winter roads or Indy drivers?
Indiana winter roads. Yeah. I for the time that I was gone, I was out on the East Coast, Virginia, DC. Those drivers are horrible. Those are real bad drivers. When you get that kind of perspective, that's perspective on traffic. I drove 12 miles, 45 minutes just to cross the Woodrow Wilson Bridge every morning. That when you come from that and you come back here, you start to get really frustrated with the way people drive.
Yeah. I'm always amused when people complain about Indianapolis traffic. I'm like, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean,
no. No such
you had to slow down to 45.
Yep.
That's nothing. All right. Ian, is this city actually prepared for winter, or are we just pretending?
I mean, it's a tough one, right? Being a meteorologist and predicting the winter weather is like the only job you can suck at every single day and be wrong, and people still listen tomorrow, right? Like this guy can tell me it's going to snow today, be wrong. He tells me it's going to snow tomorrow. I will tell everybody it's going to snow tomorrow. So it's hard to be prepared for it. I think they do a pretty good job, though.
Yeah. So I think we're ready. We will follow up with this after the break, and when we come back, we are going to do a recap of yesterday afternoon's IU Alabama game. It's exciting. It is probably the biggest news story in Central Indiana for certainly this holiday season. So you're listening to Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, filling in for Kendall Casey. We'll be right back after the break.
Hammer and Nigel.
Sold out. That's right. Hammer and Nigel Show charity bowling event. Red, white, and gold. Presented by Jack Daniels has sold out. So if you did not get tickets, we still have a chance for you to go. Go to the contest page at WIBC.com. Register to win 2 tickets to our charity bowling event Friday, January 16th at Woodland Bowl.
Hammer and Nigel. Weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Get great deals this weekend at the Central Indiana Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at Stout Field in Indianapolis. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Admission is just $6 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Attendees must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. Get directions and see upcoming events and more at CentralIndianaGunShows.com. That's CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
There's no doubt about it. I understand why there's been a lot of skeptics, but I only have one thing to say. Hoosiers!
93 WIBC. You're listening to the Kendall and Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in. Robin Casey, they will be back on Monday. Jerry, I assume you watched that game start to finish yesterday.
I watched it at home. It was crazy. You wanted to watch it outside at any bar. You got to be there 4 hours early. It was packed. Everywhere was packed.
I know. There was a couple bars I'm aware of who had planned on being closed yesterday because it was New Year's Day. They're like, I guess we're going to be open.
Yeah.
So
and you know what? What a great game.
Oh, my God. That was about as close to a perfect football game as I've ever seen.
Yeah. Anybody not married to their sister was happy with the outcome of that game. And for those of you that don't know, they beat Alabama. So
yes,
that's
exactly.
That's the thing that they
bloods.
do down there allegedly.
So yeah, they throttled them. Now, I know of a couple dozen people at least that went out to Pasadena for that game. I probably know a lot more about than that, and they haven't availed themselves on social media. So I don't know. So what are your takeaways with IU? I say we. Shoot, I'm a Purdue guy.
They don't have a football team.
They haven't the last 3 years. Jerry, and I've got to confess, this is hard for a guy like me.
I know.
Who has been an IU hater my whole life to the point where I don't even have anything red in my closet. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I just don't. So I don't even have anything to show my solidarity. However, I've come around on this. I consider this growth. For a guy my age, you don't typically grow like this. I've been trained ever since.
New year, new Brad.
Exactly. That yes, this success that IU is having in football is good for all of the Purdues and IUs of the world, just because it shows you don't have to go to an Ohio State or a Michigan or an Alabama or a Texas. You can go to one of these other schools and still have success in football.
I think this goes to show the just how all sports are going to be now with NIL. Every team can pay somebody something. Right. I mean, Mendoza's a transfer. We're gonna start getting transfers in now. Right. And I mean, it's nuts to me that the IU quarterback won the Heisman. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that. IU football player won the Heisman. That's always been the USCs, Ohio States of the world, the Texases, the Georgias, the Alabamas, and now our guy got one.
Well, and for IU, not only do you have Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, you have his brother who's just a freshman.
Yep.
Who's with the program.
Yep. Fun fact, their parents are from Cuba. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Is.
Yeah.
So, I watched the Heisman ceremony, and it was kind of cool. He said some things in Spanish to his grandparents who were there. I mean, they showed the parents, and yeah, it's a cool story. He grew up in Miami, still lives in Miami. Is that where the national championship game is this year? I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
I'm not sure because I just had the Orange Bowl yesterday. And
right.
That's in Miami, so I'm not sure.
Okay, I have to look. I'm sure anybody who's listening, they probably know better than I do. But so IU wins their first Rose Bowl ever.
Blows the doors off.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I loved it in the third quarter where you could just see the Alabama players were beat.
Yeah,
and they were just running out the clock at that point.
In complete disclosure, like, I mean, I thought all year I was just like, oh, IU's when they go to Oregon, they're going to lose at Oregon, and they go to Oregon, they beat Oregon. Oh, well, they got Ohio State. Okay, well, here's a big one. Then they beat Ohio State, and we'll see if they can beat Oregon again next week, and that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, well, last year they had a great season. I was like, all right, they dodged some of the big programs. They didn't have to, I think last year they didn't have to play Penn State and maybe Ohio State or somebody wasn't on their schedule. But I mean, they had a little bit of a softer schedule. So I'm like, all right, they had a good run. This year they're going to come back down to earth. Instead, they just keep getting better.
No, and I said the same thing yesterday. I was at the VFW just watching something, the 12 o'clock game. It was Oregon. And I said to somebody, because I'd heard this online, Mendoza against top teams had 5 picks, 6 touchdowns. Against all the other schools is where he got all his touchdowns. And that's me once again going, well, they're playing Alabama now. They're gonna lose this one.
Right.
And they rout them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Alabama.
I did not expect that whatsoever.
No, I expected it to be a tight game. Exactly. I going in, I'm like, all right, just don't spike yourself on this. But I could tell when IU played Purdue, there was such a difference in the size of the linemen. I mean, IU was just bigger at every position. And I'm like, all right, this is how they're good. But when you talked about with the NIL money now, exactly. So not only is a head coach out recruiting players, it's probably more important that they evaluate talent and they almost do a Billy Bean thing where, it's a money ball where it's like, all right, we've got $12 million. Let's evaluate
Let's build
talent.
a team.
What is the best value for talent that's out there? But yeah, I think pretty much everybody who was up for the Heisman Trophy this year, instead of saying what high school they came from, they talked about what program they had been with prior to wherever they got. What Diego Pavia is on his 3rd program.
They're like 1-year mercenaries now.
They are.
I'm just gonna like 1-year rentals. Can you come over here and play and get us a championship?
So do you think that's going to change?
No, I think it's only going to get worse.
So, I know that Baylor in basketball signed some guy who'd been
He already got drafted
professionally. Yeah, that's right. He'd been drafted by the NBA.
Look at the 2 teams from my perspective that shouldn't even been in this tournament. Whether that's JMU and Tulane, right? When you're in the playoff and you're at a plus 20.5 point spread, you shouldn't even be there. Okay,
Yes.
And you leave out, and maybe I'm being a little biased here, but you leave out Notre Dame and put in Tulane, right? Fun fact, all of JMU's offensive side is in the transfer portal. The whole offense left. Like, how can you build a program like that? And guess what? Those guys will be picked, and your best receiver will go to Ohio State. Your best guy will go to IU.
That's the other thing that killed me this year. There was a lot of people that Purdue played where it's like, oh, this guy at Oregon used to play for Purdue. And like, oh, my gosh.
The quarterback of Miami was on Georgia last year, Carson Beck.
Right.
And if Georgia would have won, they would have played each other next week.
So who's going to be the next IU?
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
I guess it could be anybody.
Yeah, it could be anybody. You get the right transfers in. Look at Colorado. Colorado came from nowhere. Dion goes there. They have all these transferred come in, and now you're a good program. And then you leave, and now you're
back to being crap.
Yeah,
it's true. But that also says that if there's somebody with deep pockets, Oklahoma State was good there for a while because T-Boone Pickens was bankrolling everything.
Well, Texas has that oil money, so you're always going to have Texas A&M. Those teams will always be good.
Right. I assume Texas Tech,
same deal.
Yeah, same deal. They've got oil money rolling in. So we'll see. Great season for IU. So any predictions on how they're going to do against Oregon? I think they play next Friday?
Listen, I don't want to jinx it, and I'm very superstitious, so I have always bet against IU, and that will continue.
That is part of your
I have to. I don't want to be the guy that messes it up.
Part of your roots for being in Central Indiana. Earlier in the show, we were talking about how we always have low expectations, or it's like, okay, yeah, we've had a good run up till now, but yeah, we don't have that mentality where we're just going to step on somebody's throat. It's like, come after us. And I think that's sort of the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been since the Peyton Manning years that I think any of us really were like, we're going to win the championship this year. That was kind of the expectation was Peyton was here. Pacers went to the championship, and we still we got excited, but none of us really were like, oh, we're going to win the whole thing. We were just surprised we kept advancing.
Right. Well, we were number 4 seed that year or last year. And yeah, it's like, all right, we're playing with house money after the first round.
Right.
And yeah, they kept winning. But yeah, halftime we were ahead in the championship. Even, All right, that's just gonna make me cry. But great job, IU. You're having a fantastic season. Keep it up. This is Boilermaker Brad saying, I got your back on this one. And
if any Purdue fans want to watch postseason football, IU plays next Friday.
Okay, they play next Friday. They're taking on Oregon. And we'll have a little Purdue Pete for the Buffalo now. Or the Bison. So I'm down. I'm on the bandwagon. I might even have to go out and buy a shirt.
Oh, dude, if you do that, no, you can't do that. As your friend, I can't let you buy an IU shirt.
All right,
you stick to Purdue, dude.
Thank you. Now, I bought a
no fake fandom.
Okay, a couple of years ago when Indiana State had that run in the NIT, I went to the NIT Final Four and I bought an Indiana State hat. So, plus my wife has her master's degree from Indiana State. I can kind of claim that.
I went to Indiana State.
You went to Indiana State?
1 year.
Go Sycamores. Hey, one is more than none.
I found out what academic probation was.
You a JMV? No, I don't know I don't know that he was on academic probation, but
it was like 4 months later. I'm running in the rain in Seattle, going, I messed up. I messed up. Yeah.
So, what brought on your academic probation, if you don't mind me asking?
Because nobody cares if you go to class or not. They already have your money. So if you don't, this was my cycle. I'm not going to class. I want to hang out. Don't go to class the next day. I want to hang out. Oh no, now we have a quiz and I don't even know what we're talking about. So I can't go to quiz day. And it just snowballed from there. Yeah.
I skipped that quiz. We better go to the terminal tonight.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. I wasn't even there long enough to know the good stuff.
So did you come back to get off probation or did you just say, hey, thanks, we had a good run?
No, I didn't say, hey, thanks, we had a good run. They said, hey, thanks, we had a good run. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. My mom's from Cuba, dude. They gave me this piece of paper and said, you're on academic probation. I didn't know what that meant.
So, Mom, this is
the next semester, I found out what it meant.
This is almost like the dean's list, but different.
Yeah, this is good.
Well, Jerry, I did not mean to bring up your
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, well.
At all. Actually, I'm thankful because it took me down a whole nother road that went to counterintelligence, counterterrorism. Things work out always.
Was that pre-military?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
how I ended up in the military.
Okay. You say ended up. I think you kind of enjoyed it.
I loved it.
So it worked out for you.
Yeah, and I partied harder than I did at Indiana State.
So and look at you now. You're sitting here in the new studios of WIBC. Are you Rob or are you Casey in this scenario?
I'm Casey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
No.
All right. That's why you're getting in shape. Look good in a bikini.
Brad, I hope you know that makes you Rob.
Oh, gosh.
Also, don't say bikini because Jason Hammer will have some AI video up here before too long.
Oh, man.
Have you seen those videos? He is the champ at making those AI videos.
He is. One of these days he's going to get sued. But
Did he had Nigel in a thong? Oh.
See, that's why I can't do it because then he'll do things like, Nigel and Allison making out. I'm out. So you're listening to Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez. We are filling in for Rob and Casey. When we come back after the break, we are going to be talking about who did we lose in 2025. We'll be right back.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in tax debt? Do not ignore this message. The IRS has more power than any collection agency in America. Often without warning, they can garnish your wages, levy your bank account, place a lien on your home, seize assets like your business, and revoke your passport. Every year, thousands lose their paychecks overnight or have their assets seized because they waited too long. You don't have to face the IRS alone. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. You deserve to maintain your life. Don't let the IRS take it over. Make the call today to Federated Tax, 370-1384. The call and consultation are absolutely free. 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
I'm at Decatur Township Station 73 in Canby, Indiana. I'm a firefighter engineer. I drive all emergency equipment to the scenes. So my father-in-law, his health was declining. We needed to move him to put in assisted living, and we needed to get the home out of his name. It definitely affects your job, thinking about things at home, trying to get things settled. I would catch myself here at the firehouse thinking about, I need to hurry up and get this done with the home. I need to close on it. I really didn't want to hassle with putting it on the market, listing it. I just Googled and found simple quarters, and I reached out to Megan, and the process could not have been smoother. She met with me, I think it was the next day. We did a walkthrough of the house. It just took an hour to do the walkthrough of the property. Megan was straightforward from start to the finish. She told me what they could offer. There was no pressure involved whatsoever. The pricing I got for the house was very fair. I would recommend Simple Quarters. The process was very, very simple.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME, 317-687-HOME.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matters Show. Well, a new year is here, and one of the first things done at the beginning of each year is making New Year's resolutions. This coming year, with all the economical and financial issues going on right now, along with some major financial law changes, it is no surprise there will be a lot of New Year's resolutions in 2026 that will be financially related. So join me on this weekend show as we share with you some specific financial resolutions to consider. The Retirement Money Matters Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
It all comes down. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Introducing something new after the fraud discovery. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's now 10:33. As fallout from a Minnesota fraud scandal unfolds, Governor Tim Walz is launching a new benefits program there. The law, which took effect yesterday, grants up to 20 weeks of paid leave for workers.
The state's new paid leave program allows for up to 20 weeks of paid leave a year for almost every resident, with it being for medical leave or to take care of family. And taxpayer dollars will pay out a percentage of a person's salary, up to $1,420 a week. As for how much this program is going to cost, the estimates have already gone up since this bill was passed, and it's now projected to be between $1 and $1.5 billion a year.
Fox's Garrett Tenney reporting the Small Business Administration has also claims to have more examples of fraud in the state. The latest report from the Department of Housing and Urban Development is claiming massive errors in payments from rental assistance in 2024 under the Biden administration. Secretary Scott Turner telling Fox News Live the errors are to the tune of over $5.8 billion.
Not only is this a massive abuse of taxpayer dollars, but it also was incentivized because of the negligence and the inability of the Biden administration to put in proper financial control.
The government agency says rental money was sent to 30,000 deceased tenants and thousands of potential non-citizens. New York City's new mayor sworn in on Thursday, Zohran Mamdani, with his hand on the Quran, going through official proceedings with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders swearing him in. Mamdani is the city's first Muslim mayor. And Tesla is no longer the king of the electric vehicle world. Chinese rival BYD has dethroned them. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
'93 WIBC. You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez sitting in today. Jerry, producer Kylan's playing Crazy Train. I think she's giving any indication of what she expects out of the guests or the guest hosts today.
Well, I don't know.
Or is this what she's heard so far?
We're fill-ins. We can't get too crazy.
Actually, we can get all the crazy we want. Seriously, it's the day after New Year's. It's a Friday. Surely none of the bosses are listening.
Oh, listen, everybody's at home right now listening. They're all in the YouTube chat.
Okay, well, that's good. You too, if you're listening, can join in the YouTube chat.
Yep, WIBC's YouTube. Yep, says Kendall Casey right there. Jump in, chat with us. We're monitoring it as the show goes. And yeah, just be part of the group.
So there we go. So Jerry, I wanted to talk to you since this is kind of our part year in review, part prognostications for what's coming up. We lost a lot of celebrities in 2025, like we always do. But interesting list this year. So I'm going to read some names and give me your thoughts on these names as we go through them.
Yep.
First one, probably the biggest one, Pope Francis.
Yep. As a Catholic, I was kind of on the fence with Francis, but the older I get, these are all people. So regardless of if I agree with these people, to include like a Rob Reiner, like I am not happy to hear that anybody died.
Right. You don't
regardless of my
go.
personal beliefs. Like you're somebody's husband, somebody's dad, somebody's grandpa, somebody's brother. It's unfortunate whenever it happens. So the crazy thing about when it's a pope is we get to see the white smoke and the black smoke and are reminded of the enclave or the conclave and all that how it goes on.
I love the ceremony of it. I was raised Catholic, and I know certainly my mom is really big on, when big things in your life happen, whether the Pope passes or, your parents pass or whatever, you just know how things are going to go. It's already set up for you. You just go through the process, and you don't have to put a lot of thought into it, which when you're grieving, that's good because sometimes you're not thinking clearly. So that kind of takes the guesswork out of it. So what do you think of the new Pope? Our Chicago Pope.
I mean,
the White Sox fan.
Leo.
Yeah. Leo.
I mean, he's not bad. He's not bad. I hope that the church gets back to where it's supposed to be instead of being so worried about being in line with societal views.
Yeah. Well, it's a big world, and the Catholic Church kind of is involved in all of it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to set the bar as the church.
Right, exactly. For, what to do and call up people who are doing what they're not supposed to be doing.
Yep.
So Charlie Kirk obviously was
huge
a big one.
Huge one. That one was rough because you got to see it.
Right.
And I like to remind people of this, and this will give you a good opportunity for listeners to really get into the mind of veterans. Okay. There was a lot of people who saw that murder, that assassination via video, different views, different angles, slowed down, the whole thing. And it really messed some people up.
Oh, it should.
Yeah. And that was one person that you saw. Imagine vets.
Oh, I'm sure. So you were on front lines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like imagine vets. Like it's horrible to see, but you become numb to that kind of stuff. You have to be. If you and I are walking and your legs get blown off, I can't stop and cry for you because I'm going to die too.
Right. So yeah, you have some self-preservation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of it from that angle. But yeah, that's rough. And he's only 31 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, wife, young kids. It's a little sad he accomplished more in 31 years than I have in 50 some.
It's nice to see what's happened with Turning Point. It's kind of taken off. I think the day after his murder, like the submissions or people trying to join went through the roof. You have all this new generation of young conservatives, college-age kids that we never had before.
Right.
And that's all thanks to Charlie.
Yeah. And sometimes when something like this happens, the organization falls apart. It does look like Turning Point actually has ramped up and is going to have some staying power. So kudos to them. We also lost Gene Hackman this year.
Yeah, that one was weird, right? Him and his wife died in the house,
way weird,
and the circumstances were really weird.
And how it just little tidbits of information kept coming out, and which I didn't realize that he'd had dementia like he does. I just knew he was old, and probably that's why we didn't see him very much. But yes, the coach from Hoosiers. In fact, what would you say he was best known for of his roles?
I don't know what he's best known for, but when I think Gene Hackman, I think Mayor of Mooseport. Which is a funny, corny movie, and
I really like the movie The Replacements.
Yeah.
About the football scabs in the NFL. But Gene Hackman was weird just because, both him and a wife were dead. There was a dog that was dead.
Yeah. And everybody thought it was maybe carbon monoxide. They said that wasn't it.
Right. The house was open, and then, come to find out that the wife died of some rat-borne disease, and then he just couldn't take care of himself.
Wow, how sad.
It is sad. And unfortunately, nobody checked on him, and here we go. We also lost Val Kilmer.
Batman.
Yes. Batman. Top Gun.
Yeah.
So, he was in a lot of things. He died of cancer, too young. Although I think he was
mouth cancer?
Mouth or throat, one of those. I don't know if he's a smoker or not, but I think he was 65. Robert Redford passed away.
The big one.
Yeah, it was a huge one.
Yeah, but a little old for me, right? So a lot of the stuff that he did, I was still a kid for. I knew he was famous. I knew he was a great actor.
So, 1965 to 1985. It was kind of when he was at the peak of his career. I'm not sure when the last movie he did was, but I mean, he lived to a ripe old age. Giorgio Armani.
Yeah, it didn't affect me at all. Did not affect me at all. I mean, it sucks. Once again, it's a big famous designer, but
I just assume that when you leave here, you go and put on your Armani suit, and then you go about your day.
Well, I have to do that when I get north of 96. I switch to the Armani.
Oh, so you are in your Marion County garb right now.
My Golden Girls.
Oh, with the Golden Girls. Yeah. Okay. get your street
Golden
cred.
Girls Friday.
Street cred with the old people. I see that you're going to the retirement community right after this. Diane Keaton.
Big one. Batman again.
Yes.
Like, big one. The problem is, and this is the thing about life, I think we all know it, right? But we're all getting older, and the people that are older than us are getting older as well. So we're going to start seeing a lot of our childhood people start to just fall.
Right. Like in the case of Val Kilmer, I mean, I saw his career from start to finish.
Right.
And
does that make you feel old?
It does.
LeBron James does that for me.
When
I saw him get drafted, and now he's at the end, and I realized, holy cow, I've seen this kid for 20 years.
ESPN2 would show his high school games.
Yeah, I was watching them.
Yeah, it's crazy. When he became the all-time leading scorer, it's like, well, I guess he has been around that long. And, yeah, that's a record that probably won't go down. Now, for those of you listening, we did not lose LeBron James. We're just saying. But, yeah, when I was putting this list together, I was like, all right, assuming I'm going to live to be 90, I'm coming up on my last couple of years of what I would consider middle age if you're young up until 30, if you're middle age until 60, and then you're old after that.
I just call it front nine, back nine.
I like it.
That's it.
I like
front nine, back nine.
So are you still playing the front nine or the back nine?
I don't know. I eat pretty crappy. I'm probably on the first hole of the back nine.
Okay. I'll give you that. Diane Ladd.
I don't even know who that is.
So she was, I believe she was Flo in the original Mel's Diner movie. She played a hot troubled mom in a lot of movies in the 70s. So,
yeah, the only Flo I know is from Progressive.
Okay, yeah, no, not her. Ozzy Osbourne.
That was a huge
Kylan
one.
Came into the segment with Ozzy Osbourne.
That was a big one. And kudos to Donald Trump. Did you hear what Ozzy Osbourne's wife said? She said Donald Trump reached out to Sharon Osbourne to send her condolences and talk about how nice of a man her husband was and all this stuff. And she was really emotional telling this story about, and they don't see eye to eye politically.
Right. So now I know that prior to his death, he talked about taking his own death and assisted suicide. I never heard officially if that's what happened. So, all right. Going down this list. Well, George Foreman.
That's a big one.
It is another big one.
Is he known better for boxing or for the grill?
The grill. There's a lot of people who bought his grill had no idea he was a boxer.
On this list, big ones for me, Bob Uecker.
I was just going to say
That's
Bob
a huge
Uecker,
one to me.
Which, I mean, so many lines that are popular in pop
I was
culture.
a major league guy.
Right.
I loved that whole thing.
Which it's funny to think that he actually played Major League Baseball for 8 years. It would have been great to be his
the Hulkster,
the Hulk Hogan. Exactly. Let's see, Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's another one who's a contemporary.
Ryan Sandberg's a big one from my youth.
I'm
right,
always
that was Cubs shortstop.
Always disappointed he never coached the Cubs. I thought for sure that he was being groomed for that. Never happened. Lonnie Anderson, Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Oh, Greg Biffle. That one was tragic.
Yeah.
Him, his wife, the kids, helicopter accident.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple weeks ago?
Oh, yeah, not even. It was right before Christmas. So yes. So every year, I know a lot of people, news outlets do a year in review of who we lost. Those are the ones that Jerry and I put together that we thought were important. You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in today. When we come back, we're going to continue. I'm going to ask Jerry his best and worst in Indy. So look forward to that. Feel free to chime in the YouTube chat. We'll be right back.
Happy New Year. Hammer and Nigel Show back live Monday afternoon with the biggest stories in Indy and a whole lot of fun. We hope you join us.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know. I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire?
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Get great deals this weekend at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at Stout Field in Indianapolis. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Admission is just $6 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Attendees must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. Get directions and see upcoming events and more at CentralIndianaGunShows.com. That's CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. According to PC Mag, this VPN service is rated as outstanding. A single NordVPN account secures up to 10 devices. You can share online protection with your loved ones. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop annoying digital trackers. NordVPN scans the dark web and checks if your sensitive credentials haven't gotten into the wrong hands. This cybersecurity tool also encrypts your browsing. You can enjoy the internet with more peace of mind. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
Casey and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
No. 93 WIBC. Listen to the Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in. Don't change the channel. This won't kill you. You can listen to us for one day.
Do you support the vets or not?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why you hate veterans like Jerry.
I'm pulling that card out. All right. First day, second day of 2026. Do better.
Exactly.
Be better.
Yes. Empathy. Empathy. Who knows? It'd be like the old, at the beginning of the old Saturday morning Cosby show. Hey, tune in. You just might learn something before you're done.
Yeah, you might learn a lot about me.
Well, exactly. We learned all about Jerry's academic career.
Hey.
All right, Jerry. I teased before the break. I'm going to go over your best and worsts of Indy.
Okay.
So, just your go-tos. What is the best breakfast place in Indy?
Once again, it's not going to be in Indy. It's going to be in Hamilton County.
Okay, with Central Indiana, obviously.
Erica's Place. There's only 2 of them. There's one in Noblesville. There's one in Cicero. Fantastic breakfast place. It's right by Sid's on the square in Noblesville is the one I go to.
Okay. So what is it they have that you really like?
I'm a huge biscuits and gravy guy. So the biscuits and gravy are phenomenal. If you can't make good bacon, I'm out on everything else. I don't like all the soft, like, whatever bacon. I think it's nasty. But I go there, I'll always get the B's and G's and I'll maybe an omelet on the side or something.
Okay. I like it. So for me, Cafe Audrey at Fort Harrison.
Okay.
Is the solid. For a similar but different reason, they've got something called the Fort Benedict. And so it's basically a biscuits and gravy, but then it's got a poached egg on top. And so it's a combination between now what do I want to say? It's eggs Benedict and and biscuits and gravy. Fantastic. Most overrated restaurant.
I mean, they're almost all overrated now just for the price that you're paying.
Well, exactly. Well, I guess, yeah, overrated could also mean overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Take your pick of the litter. If it's overrated, I don't go at all. I've been places, and I don't want to disparage any business, but I've been places, and you go, and you're just like, I paid way too much for what this food was.
Yeah. And then you don't go back, and you realize 6 months later, it's like, I wonder why that place went out of business. So,
Can I give a hot take?
yes.
Do it.
St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail.
Ooh.
And that's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
Overrated.
I am with you. I avoid it.
I do too.
It's too hot.
And it might just be because we can't deal with the hot as well as some people, but I don't see the thrill.
Kylan, I will even take that a step further. Just cuisine in general has shifted towards spicy. My hot take on this is you don't need to put jalapenos and hot sauce in everything.
First of all, sir, the word is jalapenos. It's not jalapenos, all right? That's my
jalapenos.
first good deed of the day as a Latino. I'm required by law. We're not ordering quesadillas. We're not doing any of that, Brad, all right? If you need me, you call me. I'll order your food for you. Also, jalapenos go on everything, dude. I put jalapenos on everything I eat. And maybe I'll top it off with some sriracha. I am a spicy kind of guy.
Is there any particular reason?
No.
That's just the way you like it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but now I don't do too spicy, right? Back in my younger years when I coached baseball, we did a baseball tournament in Cincinnati, and I love wings. And we walked into B-Dubs, and there's this red light flashing, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, somebody's doing the Blazing Challenge over there, right? So Coach Jerry's got to do it. You like spicy food? So I sit down, and this lady comes out with these wings and brings the flashing light, and the kids all are in a circle around me, and Jerry. And I eat the first one, and I'm like, oh, I made a bad decision. This is really spicy, like hot. I get through, I don't know, this lady sitting there with a timer. Okay, I got so fast to eat these wings. I'm sweating from eating this stuff. I grab a napkin, wipe my face. My eyes start burning. I wiped my face with a napkin I wiped my hands with. Oh, dude, it was game over. This is game over. I mean, they're full-blown crying. Yeah. Now, I finished it, got a shirt, messed me up for the next 5 days. Never do it again.
Oh, no. Okay, I have a similar story. So I used to sell beer back in the mid-'90s, and I had like Beach Grove and kind of the southeast side. There was one bar down there around Beach Grove, and I just never could get anywhere with them. And at the time, we just rolled out Zima, and I mean, I needed to get Zima placements. That was a big thing, and shoot, we had an incentive on
Were
it.
you part of that Zima Jolly Rancher crowd?
Oh yeah, I was not a big Zima guy, but I sold the heck out of Zima.
Showing my age.
So this place would not pick up Zima for the life of me. And I went in there one day, and they had some habanero peppers. They're like, all right, if you eat one of these, we'll pick up 3 cases.
Oh, wow.
I was like, all right, I'm in. I'm like, how bad can this possibly be? It's edible. So it's not going to kill you. And I took a bite, and I remember that first bite, I'm like, oh, my God, this might be the worst thing I've ever had. But I didn't want to let on to them. And there was like 10 guys staring at me. They go, well, do you think it's hot? I'm like, well, yeah, it's hot, but, I finished it. I did my business. I took their order. I thought I was going to die when I walked out of that place. I made a beeline to a McDonald's that's down there at Raymond and Sherman, and I went through the drive-thru and ordered like 3 milks.
Ugh.
And I killed the milks. I couldn't even work the rest of the day. I went home. I had community hospital used to have this thing called Ask a Nurse. I had to call them because it was bad enough going in. It was worse coming out.
So what I'm hearing from you is we need to do the 1 chip challenge.
The 1 chip challenge.
Have you heard of that?
No.
It's literally 1 chip in a bag that will almost kill you.
Oh, I'm out.
I think 1 kid actually died. Honestly, I do believe that actually happened.
Okay, next time you and I host together, we're going to do that just with you, though.
No, I won't do it. I just want to see you do it first.
Oh, God. No, I've already admitted I'm weak. I'm weak. I do not want spice in any form. So I've come to that conclusion. I was in an Indians game, and I was eating nachos with jalapenos, and 2 kids in front of me were laughing.
You did it again, Brad. You did it again.
I did it.
You did it.
Okay, Jerry, how should we pronounce that word?
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. Okay.
Perfect.
Man. All right, Mr. Hamilton County, what's the most underrated Central Indiana neighborhood?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Because I don't want to go to Hamilton County for this. I wish there would I went to a somewhere on Mass Ave. There was a community park. I wanted Lockerbie Fest or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. And I didn't know that neighborhood was even there.
Okay. Yeah, you got Chatham Arch. I think we are technically in St. Joseph's Place where we are right now. You've got the wholesale district that's down kind of around.
Like I haven't been to Bottle Works. I've never been there.
You haven't been to Bottle Works?
No.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I want to go to the garage. I've never been there.
Okay. Yeah, the garage. Yeah. Actually, the garage is really cool. So, see, there's lots of places we might be going for lunch after this show. So relationship hot take.
Yeah.
Is it worse to forget a birthday or an anniversary?
So I think it's to forget a birthday.
I tend to agree.
Yeah. Forget a birthday would be the worst.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that is a very personal thing. I mean, it's obviously, well, anniversaries are unique to you and your spouse, but I think the birthday is more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably catch less grief.
You'll get dumped if you forget your girlfriend's birthday.
Should couples share phone passcodes?
You shouldn't have to ask for a passcode.
No.
Like, I mean, there's a little bit of privacy I think everybody expects, but if you need your passcode to hide things, then you're wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree. So you are listening to Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez. We're filling in for Robin Casey today. Having lots of fun. Thank you all for listening. You can join us on the YouTube chat. I know that we are on Facebook Live on WIBC's Facebook page. When we come back, Jerry, we are going to be talking about, what are we going to be talking about? I don't even remember what we're going to be talking about. Anyhow, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, a New Year's Day they'll never forget, how the Indiana Hoosiers crushed Alabama in the Rose Bowl game, who officials in Marion County are now saying died in a shooting and car crash from early this morning, and what's going up in price in Marion County, too, beginning this year. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 11 o'clock.
They fear the number of deaths will rise in Switzerland. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and officials there think they know what sparked a fire at a bar in the Swiss Alps an hour and a half into the new year.
Saying the fire started from champagne bottles with sparklers, which caught the ceiling on fire, then triggered gas explosions.
At least 40 people were killed in the fire and panicked rushed to flee the bar, and Fox's Stephanie Bennett also reports.
Among the dead and injured, there are Swiss, French, Italian, Serbian, Bosnian, Poland, Belgian, and Portuguese. No word yet on Americans, and due to the severity of the burns, it will take time to identify them. They are using DNA and dental records. Last night, the town gathered to lay flowers and candles in honor of the victims, and officials say the number of injured has risen to 119
An
others.
earthquake shook Mexicans up this morning. Some fled buildings in fear from Acapulco, near where the 6.5 magnitude quake was centered, to Mexico City, but so far, no major damage has been reported. President Trump had a threat and a boast on Truth Social this morning. The first one was directed at Iran,
saying if Iran
shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue. We are locked and loaded and ready to go.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in West Palm Beach, Florida, near the Trump resort. Iran is mired in a sixth day of growing protests, angry over economic troubles. At least 7 people have been reported dead in those demonstrations. Iranian officials reacted to the Trump threat, warning U.S. interference would cause chaos and destruction of American interests in the region. In another Truth Social post, the president wrote, White House doctors say he's in perfect health.
President Trump admits to ignoring some advice from his doctors in an interview with the Wall Street Journal about his health. Photographs have appeared to show the president struggling to keep his eyes open during meetings. President Trump says he sometimes just closes his eyes to relax, and pictures catch him blinking.
That's Fox's Jared Halpert. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Handing them their worst playoff loss ever. Cloudy and 25. Will be cloudy all day today with a high in the low 30s. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending now at 11:02. The top team in the nation rolling over the Tide in Pasadena on New Year's Day. Indiana beating Alabama 38-3 in the Rose Bowl game.
And to do it with our brothers, to have the Hoggies up front, the offensive linemen do so well today, the defense dominate. It's just playing such great complementary football with each other.
Indiana quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza there speaking to Wish TV following the win. Indiana now heads to the Peach Bowl to face Oregon, a team they've already beat this year 30-23. The Peach Bowl set for Friday, January 9th. Indianapolis recording its first homicide of 2026 early this morning. Police were called around 12:45 a.m. to North Tuxedo Street just off East 10th Street on a report of a crash. When officers got there, they found a 17-year-old boy inside the vehicle who had been shot. He was taken to a hospital in critical condition and later died. IMPD is looking into this as a homicide. Bond costs are increasing in Marion County under a new bail schedule that took effect this year. The updated structure raises cash bond requirements for nearly every felony level. The changes affect how much defendants must pay to be released before trial. Community groups and defense attorneys have noted the updates could affect how long some defendants remain in jail before their cases are resolved. One representative says the state isn't doing a good enough job of supporting families and child care. Janet Cruz has the details.
Representative Vanessa Summers is calling out recent cuts to state child care vouchers. She notes that Indiana was ranked the worst state in the nation for care access in 2024, which is over 700 licensed facilities serving nearly 7 million people. Summers says many Hoosier parents are paying nearly $700 a month for care, a price tag that is forcing many women out of their jobs. She's vowing to find legislative solutions to the shortage during the upcoming session beginning next week. Janet Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Notre Dame men's basketball team is out west to play Cal Berkeley tonight. That game begins at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And the Indiana Pacers are hosting the San Antonio Spurs tonight with a chance to end their 10-game losing streak. Tip-off from Gainbridge Fieldhouse is at 7. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in on the Kendall Casey Show. Friday, January 2nd. Jerry, got some big news. Sad news.
They're shutting down our Somali daycare?
That's not what I was talking about, but
okay. Thank God.
And don't worry, the hip hugger still exists in Kokomo. That's way insider baseball for our conversation from yesterday. No, Jerry, George and Amal Clooney, they are now French.
Okay. I mean, I don't, yeah.
So
good returns.
Now, do we have to say George Clooney? Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, yeah. I hate you Americans. Yeah, I don't. This is a big thing for me. Like, just because you're good at some kind of media, even like radio, like, you don't know us. You just know the radio personality.
Right.
You don't know Kobe Bryant. You don't know what happened in that hotel room. Just because he played basketball doesn't mean he's not a regular person. So when we start putting all these people on pedestals, it's like, who cares, man? Like, what have you contributed? You're a good actor, George. And I think you're a good philanthropist. The problem is you came out and you did the supporting OB and got real political like they have all been doing, and it's ruining the way that I look at a lot of these people.
So now I was reading the story on this. So France offered them citizenship just based on their career success and the notoriety they bring. Now, I don't know if Clooney was one of the ones who said, oh, my God, if Donald Trump gets reelected, I'm out. It sounds like France just offered it to him, which then a bunch of French people are all up in arms saying, wait a second.
He's not Muslim.
Yeah.
He's not an illegal immigrant. What's he doing here?
Jerry, can we say that on the radio?
I can.
Okay.
I can. I don't know if his wife's going to have to put on a burqa or not, but strap up, baby, because it's being taken over.
Yeah. So the French are upset that he didn't go through the process that it comes to become French.
Yeah.
And
what do you got to do? Quit and lose a couple wars or something? Like, I don't know what you got to do.
Exactly. Got to eat beignets and crepes.
Yeah. Spit on the floor a couple times.
Right. So now you mentioned, yes, he's not Muslim, but that then goes into the next topic I wanted to talk about. What is Europe going to do? They seem to have
They're not going to do anything.
They have a Muslim immigration problem, and you want to be sympathetic. And if somebody is being oppressed in their current home, you want to give them some place to land. But if they come in and then say, well, we want to make this exactly like the place we left because it was such an S-hole.
Take your butt back then.
Right.
Like, I feel very, very educated to speak on this subject.
Okay.
My family's from Cuba.
Okay.
My mom and dad did not come here to turn this place into Cuba. They left that place to come for the American dream, right? Same thing I say about protesters waving flags of other nations. If you want to wave your Mexican flag at a protest, go back to Mexico, bro. Like, don't come here and cry about us making you leave if it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much all of us came from somewhere else, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of your heritage.
Right.
But once you get here,
yeah,
you're an American.
So, but what you're talking about in Europe and the West is that these groups are using empathetic lefties, and we're all empathetic to the plight of some of these people, but we're talking about what I would call military-aged males. Right? We're not talking about a bunch of single moms or old abuelas. We're talking about men between the ages of 16 and 35 that are just overrunning these places. And they're using our own laws against us is essentially what's happening.
They kind of are. I mean, I've always said America works because we don't let politics and religion intermingle much, which I think that's certainly the way it was that we were founded. The Pilgrims came here because they were looking to get away from religious oppression in England. And they were looking for a place that they could go and they could practice their religion as they see fit. And politics was separate. Now, they've always intertwined a little bit, but when you start favoring one religion over another, that's where you get problems. Because here, if your side loses, you typically don't fear reprisals from whoever the winning side was.
Right.
You're still allowed to participate. You're still allowed to say your piece. You're just not the one.
There's no gulags.
Exactly. So yes, we don't have political prisoners here. But that seems to be where Europe is going to come to a head because yes, I think Denmark I think they cut off Muslim immigration altogether. And it's because it's becoming a problem. And
I mean, look at Nigeria. Right? Nigeria, they had where President Trump had to go in there and actually strike Nigeria because they had these radical Islamists that were literally going around just murdering all the Christians. And this is 2025. I mean, it's crazy. This is happening right now in the world today.
And maybe it's just because I'm not very religious one way or any way, really. But fighting over religion seems to be one of the dumbest things you could possibly ever do. So
I would disagree.
Okay.
I would say that and I'm not uber religious, but I do believe in God. Jesus is king. If this is your ever after, right? If heaven or wherever is supposed to be the end, isn't that worth fighting for?
For you,
right? But not for
but
you.
Imposing it on somebody else, that is way different.
Right. Agreed.
So,
in my America, you do you, I do me, and who cares?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what religion my neighbors are. I don't really care.
It's none of my business. Yeah.
It's none of my business.
Hey, what's up, bub? Hope you're good. If you need anything, let me know.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate that you want to save my soul, or I don't appreciate it so much if you want to kill me because you think I'm an infidel.
Agreed.
But yeah, you do you, I'll do me. Golden rule seems to work. But I mean, even you look Ireland, the Protestants and Catholics have been fighting for eons, and nobody ever wins a religious war. I mean, it goes on and on. In the Middle East, they have been fighting for 4,000 years over religion. You know what? Nobody ever wins. There's not a right answer.
Yeah, and you're just creating more hate and division.
You are.
Right? Because now you have, and I thought about this when I was in Iraq, like some of these kids only know America being here.
Yeah.
Of course they hate us.
Which, in theory, we should be there to win them over to our side.
Right.
But instead, yeah, it seems like wherever we go, then people just hate us. I don't know. So what would if Jerry Lopez, when you become president, what's your foreign policy going to be? Are we going to be protect our borders and our shores and let the rest of the world slug it out themselves?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, not slug it out, but I think that we're seeing now with this Trump presidency that the world is better when people fear America actually stepping in when they get out of hand.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't necessarily have to. We don't want to. But, I mean, look at Biden. Biden didn't get involved in any of that stuff, and look what happened around the world. People did not fear him, and it was only a matter of time before China went after Taiwan.
Right.
With Donald Trump, it's like the Hamas and Israel, like, we're good. We don't want any problems, right? Everybody's just shutting it down, and I think that's great. Yeah, so it'd be America first because the rest of the world is better when we're number one.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, when we're strong, because I like to think that we're a pretty fair arbiter of things that go on, and I'm not sure that we necessarily stay neutral, but I think we try to be as neutral as we can.
Yeah.
And yeah, that seems to serve us well in the periods of time where it's the speak softly and carry a big stick sort of thing. Exactly. You want people to be a little bit afraid of you because you don't want them walking all over you. But it's, some of these countries they're kind of like the small kid that's a bully.
Yep.
Every once in a while they need punched.
Yep.
To kind of put them back in their place. And so in your world, Jerry, where should we have bases all over the world? Should we maintain them? What's your
so in my we will put a base in your country, but you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. We're helping you.
We'll do that.
So, what are your thoughts on Germany ramping up their defense spending?
I mean, I don't know what for. Like we're there. I think we need to leave Germany. I don't know, unless we're all there for some Russia type deal,
right,
which I'll give you. But we're in a lot of places. Like for what?
Right.
Just to have a base there, and we're probably paying for all that.
So yeah, we definitely are paying for it.
Yeah.
So no, exactly. I mean, historically, I could see why they don't want Germany to ramp up their military spending. But you're right. I would rather have Germany chipping in to defend their border because, they're a lot more imminent threat to Russia than we are.
Right.
We got an ocean between us.
Right. And listen, there's only been one country that's used nukes, and we've done it twice.
That's true.
Right. As long as you got that in your back pocket, people tend to stay in line.
Right. So, and it's good to have that threat. So you're listening, Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez. We are filling in for Kendall Casey today. When we come back, Jerry, we are going to fix healthcare. You and I, in about 10 minutes worth of time, we're going to make this happen.
Boom.
So we will be right back.
Narco terrorist dead in the water.
93 WIBC.
We have a massive armada form, the biggest we've ever had.
What happens next?
The death toll now topping 100.
Happens here.
Russia is pledging full support for Maduro's government.
Ukraine says it was attacked overnight.
Stay in the know.
The DOJ is still withholding Epstein files.
While you're on the go.
Threatening to hold Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt of Congress.
A wheelchair-bound Army veteran detained by ICE.
$1.7 billion, the fourth largest lottery prize ever.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Delta. Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you've failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I've lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful. And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. According to PC Mag, this VPN service is rated as outstanding. A single NordVPN account secures up to 10 devices. You can share online protection with your loved ones. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop annoying digital trackers. NordVPN scans the dark web and checks if your sensitive credentials haven't gotten into the wrong hands. This cybersecurity tool also encrypts your browsing. You can enjoy the internet with more peace of mind. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
93 WIBC. Jerry Lopez, Brad Klopfenstein filling in for Rob and Casey. They are enjoying their holiday. They get one more day off. We'll be back here on Monday, I believe. So, Jerry, we're having a good time with you today.
Man, I was just saying off air, I'm like, man, we've just flowed. We haven't played any clips. We haven't played anything. We're just chit-chatting.
Two guys talking. If we had beer in front of us, that would make this show that much better.
It would.
So we'll have to work on that. So now, behave yourself. I know that my dad's listening right now. So he lives down in Evansville, but he jockeys cars for a car dealership that has dealerships down in Evansville and up here in central Indiana. So
I should not tell him you tried to talk me into body shots before the show. I thought it was weird.
That wouldn't surprise him.
I thought it was weird. You're like, pour this in your belly button, Jerry.
Yeah.
Is that tequila?
There you go. So yeah, shout out to my old man. He's driving. He may or may not have people with him today.
All right.
So anyhow, Jerry, we're going to fix healthcare in this segment. So price hikes are coming to the ACA health insurance plans as subsidies expire for millions of Americans. So are you surprised by this? That free healthcare is not free?
I mean, there's nothing free. All right. I know everybody said that, but things aren't just created out of nowhere. Somebody's got to put $1 into the aluminum that goes into this free sandwich or whatever.
Right.
So nothing's free. But I think we could fix all these problems in America if we just doge everything and audit everything and figure out where the money is really going so that it can go towards Americans.
I agree. I mean, healthcare there's so much money that flows into healthcare that does not go towards providing care for the individual. And some of this gets into, can you have a right if you're obligating somebody else to pay for it and provide it?
I'm going to give you an example. You ready?
Okay.
If you are on government health care, should you be allowed to smoke if I'm paying for your health care?
I would tend to say no.
Isn't that kind of the question you just asked?
That is the question.
Can you, if I'm paying for your stuff and you're doing things that are making it more expensive for us.
Yeah, then I should have some say in how you live your life.
And that takes us to the EBT thing, right? EBT SNAP. You can't have sugary drinks, no more.
Well, and that just went into effect yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of along the same lines.
So, yeah, everybody wants to say, well, yeah, we as Americans, we should have a right to health care and housing. And it's like, well, no, all that stuff's earned.
Yeah, you have a right to work for it.
Yeah, and you're right. I had nothing to do with creating your life or your personal habits, or I'm sorry if you've got some sort of condition that you were born with. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, to me, the issue with healthcare is everything is so marked up. Everybody's eating off each other, right? The insurance company is getting paid. They're charging the provider. And you look at, was it the bag of just fluids? And you buy that from a healthcare provider, it's like $200.
Oh yeah,
and that's like $20 at the store.
So it's funny. So I can have health care through my wife's company. I could get on her plan, but then we got to pay full freight for me. Realized it was cheaper for me to go out on my own. And I'm now with a healthcare company where they actually incentivize me to shop around.
Oh, wow.
So they'll have a set price that they will pay for a certain procedure or whatever. And they say, if you can find it cheaper, we will pay you the difference. So
that's pretty sweet.
And it's actually it's not a bad deal. Keeps my costs down. And I think probably with healthcare, until the people who are receiving the healthcare, the customer, have some say in how much it costs, or they're at least following the bottom line. I mean, if you don't know how much things cost, what incentive do you have to keep it in check?
Well, isn't that something that they came out with? As they said, now these healthcare companies have to itemize the charges, have to show you what things are going to cost prior.
Yes. I remember I went to a doctor one time and I'm like, well, how much is this going to cost? I go, oh, we don't know. We just send it to your insurance company. Like, all right, then how much are they going to pay?
Right.
Like, well, we don't know. We just send it.
Well, so in the future, if you have any questions and if any listeners have any issues getting healthcare, I have a bit of advice for you. Drive south. Burn your IDs, walk over to California, free healthcare. Boom, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I know so obviously in my day job, when I'm not here, I run the Lawrence Chamber of Commerce. And we actually just hooked up with the Indy Chamber and the Indiana Chamber. They've had a health plan that they offer their members, and we're now offering that same plan. So it's predominantly for businesses that have from 2 to 50 employees. But you get to be part of the group of other business owners that are also part of this healthcare plan. And I know it's about 30% cheaper than going on the open market. And now that the ACA plans have gone up, it seems to be an even better deal.
Right.
So there's getting to be alternatives. I know that Indiana Farm Bureau, if you're a member, they'll offer individual healthcare plans. So I know I'm exploring all those. I probably know a little bit more about healthcare than I should, or the average person does, just because I am shopping it for myself.
I think I need to give, USAA a call. Is that the veteran health insurance one? I've heard it's pretty cheap, but I just usually have employee-based health insurance.
Okay. So you get it through your job?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, what do you pay a month for that?
Well, I got me and kids on mine, so it's probably almost $4 a month, $200 a check, I'd say.
Okay. That's not bad. So, and they're picking up the rest.
Yeah.
So probably the nut
and vision is free, dental's free.
So probably your employer's kicking in $1,000 a month, if not more, for that. You're paying $400. That's a pretty good deal. So I mean, yeah, it sucks for people, especially the self-employed are always the ones that have the hardest time finding things, and they either make too much money to go through the ACA, or that's why I like this chamber plan that we're now offering to our members, just because it does give an opportunity to do something to where you can actually go it alone. That's one of the biggest deterrents for people, I think, to be an entrepreneur is, what am I going to do about healthcare?
Yeah. A lot of people take jobs just for the benefits, just for the healthcare.
Oh, for sure.
I can't blame you.
I know, so my dad's a little bit older than my stepmom, and I know that when he turned 65, he got on the government health plan, but she still had to come up with her own thing. And she worked at the local school system down in Evansville and made practically nothing, but she did it because of healthcare benefits. Yep. So I guess you do what you got to do, but there are not easy answers. See, Jerry, I was hoping that you'd come up with a bunch of easy answers here, and we'd just say we're going to fix it.
I only have one for free healthcare, but it's going to cost you a little bit of time.
One for?
Yep.
Got to join the military?
Nope. You got to come back as an illegal immigrant. There's a couple states you can get free health care in.
Really? Which states are those?
California's the number one.
California's number one.
Yeah, Sanctuary City. I think Massachusetts has free health care for people.
Okay. Should we all just go to Canada?
No.
So yeah, the downside is when it's free, then all of a sudden you do get the Canadian model where you're waiting 9 months for procedure, and then it's just a waiting game of, do you live long enough to actually get treatment?
Right. Well, the best doctors come to the U.S. for a reason. And some of that's money, but with that money drives technology, drives faster things. So
yeah, a few years ago I had a doctor where if you were paying him like real cash, he had a cash deal, and I'm not even sure it ever went on the books. but it is a heck of a lot different. He's like, he goes, 2/3 of the money that I'm charging are going to pay for the people to submit stuff to the health insurance companies and, and all your compliance regs. And he's like, it's not doing anything to treat you.
Right. They got to pay everybody that touches your file.
Yeah. I'm not making any money on that either. So, all right, there we go. So what about, pharmaceutical drugs? I know that that's another thing that Indiana was doing is trying to rein in pharmacies. They're saying that if you offer the health plan, that you have to have a pharmacy in your network that's within 30 miles of anybody who's on your plan.
Yeah, I don't even know about all that. You're way more into it than I am. Okay. I'm a standard 44-year-old male. I only go to the ER. That's my primary health physician's the ER.
Really? Yeah. So what about
for what?
Pharmaceuticals, prescription drugs?
I don't take any prescription drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
never. Yeah.
Jerry. So you're just that much younger than me. That day is coming.
Hey, I'm going to wake up one day. I'm going to be like, my back hurts for no reason.
All of a sudden, I'm going to start getting texts from Jerry saying, hey, Brad,
my feet are swollen. What do I do?
Exactly.
You need some Epsom salt, brother.
Yeah, where was it? You said you're getting your prescriptions?
Yeah. The day is coming.
So you don't have those, you're fit. You say you're running now, so you don't have those normal aging aches and pains?
Not yet.
The kids keep you young?
Yeah. Running around, stay busy with them, I think helps. But I'm sure a switch is going to go off one day. I'm going to wake up, all of a sudden putting on weight, and my legs hurt, and different things happen.
Then one of our segments will be ailment talk.
There it is. My joints hurt.
Brother, that is a daily occurrence. We could talk about that right now. So there we go. So you're listening to Jerry Lopez, Brad Klopfenstein. We are filling in for Rob and Casey today. Thanks, WIBC management, for having us on. When we come back after the news with Jarrett Lewis, we're going to be talking about fighting Mother Nature. It's the time of year I hate the most, Jerry, and we're going to figure out how to make the most of this.
And I hate it the most, too.
All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow, and the problem gets worse. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call Federated Tax today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The moment, not too big at all. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 11:30. The Hoosiers continue to play as the best team in the country as they throttle Alabama in the Rose Bowl game 38-3 on New Year's Day. Head coach Curt Cignetti and this Indiana team continue to put all the doubters in their place.
Kind of surreal. There's no doubt about it. I understand why there's been a lot of skeptics, but I only have one thing to say.
Indiana moves on to battle Oregon in the Peach Bowl a week from today. IMPD is reporting their first homicide of 2026. A 17-year-old boy was found shot inside of a car that crashed early this morning on the city's east side. He later died at a hospital. Cash bond amounts are increasing at nearly every felony level in Marion County in the new year. And the Indiana Pacers are on the court tonight, taking on the San Antonio Spurs at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Tip-off is at 7. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show on 93 WIBC. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez, filling in. My daytime job, I run the Greater Lawrence Chamber of Commerce. Jerry, you're just a vagabond, right?
Yep, just slumming it.
I like it. You just hang out. You truly are the utility man of WIBC.
I am 6 man of the year. 6 man, that's why I say.
Did you get a major award for that?
No, I don't need an award.
Did you get acknowledged?
You know, stinking trophies. We don't do this for trophies. Did you get the love of the game, Brad?
Did you get a fruit basket or anything for Christmas?
No. I do get a check. That's good enough.
Okay,
that's good enough.
There we go. As long as that clears. So, Jerry, I want to talk to you about Mother Nature and how you fight it.
All right.
So, it's that time of year where the days are short. Fortunately, they're starting to get moderately longer. Well, moderately. I think we're gaining 45 seconds a day or something, maybe a minute. The days are starting to get longer, but average high is 37. We may or may not see the sun between now and the 1st of March. Last week, we had that storm roll through, Sunday, where it was mid to upper 60s during the day, and then the winds blew through, and it was 10 degrees that night. It kicked up 25-foot waves on Lake Michigan. How do you fight winter?
Stay inside. I hate the winter. You're not a spicy guy. I'm not a cold guy. Okay. I do not operate well in cold.
I'm not a cold guy either. I like to consider myself a beach guy. I'm not sure why I don't just go. Now, me and my wife have made a pledge that we are going to start bundling up and walking around, and we're just going to have to learn to embrace this. If we're going to live here, it's, for the next 60 days, we can't just hole up inside and do nothing but eat wings and drink beer.
That's what I'm going to do.
As good as it sounds.
Yeah.
So I got a cousin that lives in Minneapolis. I went up and visited him. I don't know if these people are crazy or have just figured it out, but all the ponds up there will freeze over. And so he has lake. I mean, there's a lot of lakes up there, but there's a lake that's a block from his house. And you go down there and they've got, in the summertime, it's a beach. They've got this big concession area. Well, in the wintertime, they've got speakers that are set up that are putting music out on the ice. The concession stand's open. They're selling hot chocolate and hot dogs and things. There's people out there ice fishing. There's people out there skating. There's people out there that are wind sailing. And I mean, literally, there's hundreds of people. And this is all over town.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I don't know that I'd be out there. I'd be scared of being on the ice. That's as crazy as it sounds. I'm sure it's safe. They're not out there being idiots. But for me, we were always told, you see it frozen over, don't go walk on there because you're going to break through.
Right. Well, around here, too many freeze and thaw cycles. Yeah, people drive their trucks out there.
That's nuts.
But they do it. I think Wisconsin's kind of the same way. I mean, they get on their snowmobiles, which at least in Wisconsin, they're just getting on their snowmobiles and then they're pub crawling.
Yeah, so when I was in Iraq, I was attached to a unit that's from Fort Drum, New York. It's by Buffalo. Okay. And they would talk to me about the snow. They would get up there and they would show me pictures, and it's just nuts. We're over here complaining about 6 inches, and they're getting 2 feet, 2.5 feet of snow. Yeah. I don't even know how you would even get around somewhere. I remember there was a Bills playoff game a couple years ago, and a bunch of fans were going around shoveling out the Bills because they had a big snowstorm.
Right, they had a snowstorm the night before. So, a few years ago, Buffalo had all that snow, a record amount of snow, so 100 inches or something over the season. Well, then they were dumping they were actually having to to get rid of the snow, they're putting it in dump trucks, trucking it to the Bills parking lot and dumping it there. And somebody did a follow-up story in July, and there was still this big pile of snow that had not yet melted. So,
yeah, I'm not a snow guy at all. I mean, this is about the time of year where I look at my mom like, why are we in Indiana? Like, you made this decision.
Yeah, what did she say?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She said, Jerry, we're here because of the opportunities
There it
afforded
is.
to us.
Yeah, I guess.
We love the people.
Could have stayed south by the beach somewhere.
So how many wings can a guy and how many beers can a guy have over the course of 60 days to get through this?
I mean, you can have a lot of wings.
Well, that's true.
You got to have a lot of money, though.
Yeah. So maybe I look at things through sports seasons. I mean, like right now, football is wrapping up, and I look at it, it's like, okay, if we can get through college basketball season, by the time this tournament starts,
it'll start warming up.
It's going to start warming up.
I do the same thing. Once March Madness is here, we're close.
Right, exactly. Because March will at least rattle off 2 or 3 days that hit the 70s and it's sunny, and I can get through that.
Yeah. What's the coldest month of the year? Is it February?
No, it's January. It's January.
Same for snow. Most snow is usually in January.
I think so. I mean, I had lunch with Brian Wilkes last week. I need to ask him these questions, but I do know that right now the average high is 37. It will bottom out at like 34, 35 middle of this month, and it starts to go back up after about the 15th of January. And it's all up from there.
I mean, yeah, not up fast enough.
So maybe if we all just opened our doors, cranked up the heat, opened the doors. Yeah. Sure, the bill goes up a little bit, but so now, Jerry, I also wanted to talk to you. There's a bill that was introduced that the legislature obviously goes into session on Monday. There's a bill that's been introduced that's going to require school corporations across Indiana to have a poster with the text of the 10 Commandments in each school library and classroom. Where are you on this?
I think it's overreach for me personally. And I just a couple segments ago said, yeah, I'm Catholic. I believe in God, follow Jesus. This is overreach to me. Because if you allow it for Christians, then what stops somebody else from doing different faiths, whatever they are, right? Yeah. So if we start saying, okay, Minneapolis schools are going to start putting up the Quran and stuff like that's what the precedent we're setting.
It is. And I think that's what some people don't understand. I know Todd Rokita is wanting to put the 10 Commandments on the State House ground.
Not a good precedent.
Yeah.
Right? Because what happens if you have like the Satanist temple goes, well, if you guys have your religion, we want to have our religion then.
Right. Right. What about the atheists out there?
Any of them? Yeah. Well, you guys just have nothing. Just a wall with nothing.
Yeah.
just a frame, just a picture frame with nothing in it. There you go.
So, and there was a couple of years ago? Wasn't there an issue where there was some Christian group that was outside at the State House and they were having a rally for something, and it was inclement weather, and I think one of the legislators actually invited them in, which then opened the door to a satanic wedding after that.
Okay.
So yeah, it happens. But
yeah, and do you believe in whatever you want? It's not my problem, but I have to keep in mind that if I infringe on you, then you have the right to infringe on me.
Right.
And I want to keep away from all that.
That is the biggest thing. I had that conversation with our current lieutenant governor, and he was wanting to implement all these Christian things into government. I'm like, because he goes, well, we don't want the Muslims doing that. I'm like, the problem is if you do that right now,
then you set
you set the precedent that whoever the victor is gets to set whatever religion we're going to embrace.
Well, not even the victor. You have the ACLU chomping at the bit for something like this.
Yes, and it goes back to what I said earlier in the show. If we could just live by the golden rule, you do to me, I'll do to you what I would want you to do to me. I don't know why we can't just be cool with each other and say, yeah, we have different religions. Good luck to you.
Yeah. I mean, we should definitely bring back the pledge. I don't know if they do the pledge every day. We should bring that back.
Which pledge?
The Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, I know the Pledge of Allegiance, but which version?
I don't know.
The pre-50s version that did not include under God?
I don't really care which version you go with, but
man, I don't even know. I haven't been around a school long enough.
I mean, if you have an issue with under God, you can give me every dollar bill in your pocket just so that you're not offended. Right? If you're using cash and you're complaining about under God being somewhere, then you have no principles to stand on.
So, all right. Now you mentioned cash. We're going to now morph into no more pennies.
Yeah.
I know it's a sad
not surprised
day.
They got rid of the one brown coin. You know what I mean? The one brown guy had a good run.
Yeah, so,
good old Abe.
Sorry, Jerry.
Yeah, they even had him facing the other way. Just did my boy dirty. Yeah.
No, I don't know how we're going to kick
Trump
it.
will come out with a 2 coin, so he'll 2-cent coin.
We're going to get the 2 pence.
Yeah, it's this is weird because I've seen it out at McDonald's. We talked about this. So if you pay with your card, it costs what it costs. If you pay with cash, they're going to round your price up or round your price down because they're not going to give you pennies.
Right.
So then, you're going to overpay in a lot of cases.
By no more than 4 cents.
Sure, but if you have 200,000 McDonald's points like I do, that adds up.
Isn't that the premise for Office Space?
Yeah.
It also, I think,
steal
one
a
the
quarter
Superman
of a
movers.
penny. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which I don't know how we'll be able to kick in our 2 cents now.
I mean, yeah. There's no such thing. And they'll have to change the prices on everything here before too long.
So, yeah, it's going to have to be rounding.
Yeah. The issue with this is I think it makes it one step closer to trying to make it digital currency, and I don't want that. So I think you should be forced to accept cash.
Yes, some places just won't do it. So
some places are card only. I don't like when I go to the basketball games, whatever, and there's no cash, it's card only. I'm like, that should be illegal. This is legal tender in this country. You should not be able to force me to bank.
Right. So how much do you pay in cash and how much do you pay with a card?
I pay almost everything in cash. Almost everything in card these days. Mm-hmm. If I have cash, it's because I had to give my kids something, and then I just pulled out $20 for me. And then we'll just see what happens with that. But most things are with my card.
Okay. My wife carries no cash. Now, I like to have a little in my pocket just because, most things still get paid with card just because it's, if you buy a tank of gas, that's $50. It's easier to put it on the card. Yeah. You don't have to walk inside.
Yeah. But you should have the option for cash anywhere you go.
Yeah. And that obviously, well, I used to run the Indiana Licensed Beverage Association, and that was always an issue with their members that, Visa and MasterCard are taking 3 to 4% of every transaction. So, if somebody pays with cash, in theory, the bar keeps more. Now, the downside of that is you're opening yourself up to employee theft.
So there's the pizza joint, and I feel bad that I don't remember the name, but it's right there on the circle.
Okay. Oh, Giorgio's.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss it because we're over here now.
Mm-hmm.
But they have it. If you pay with cash, it's a little cheaper.
Right.
And I think that's because they don't have to pay the fee to whoever, Visa.
It's a big thing. I mean,
if you're doing that with 1,000 customers a day, that's a big chunk of money you're losing.
It is, yeah. And so Visa and MasterCard are making that just for offering that service, but effectively they have now 3% of the economy.
Wow.
So Indiana sales tax is what, 7%? Then you tack another 3% on for Visa and MasterCard. So 10% of what you're paying on any transaction is either going to taxes or it's just going to Visa.
Not even to the person that sold you it and not to the item.
Correct. So that starts adding up over a while. But I'm with you. There's a convenience factor in going with a card.
Yeah, but okay, so the network goes down. How can you buy anything, right? Like, you don't attack America. If you shut down the internet, we're done.
Oh, toast.
Have you ever given somebody change after they've already rang up something because you realized, if I give you 7 cents, I get back 2 dimes instead? Their heads explode. They don't know how to do basic math. Right? It's like, well, I don't, and they just push all the change to you.
Does this make me a jerk? I paid with cash one time, and I gave the girl the coins, and she's just sitting there looking at me. I'm like, yeah, you owe me 50 cents. She goes, how do you know that? And my response was, I paid attention to math class.
Yeah, it does make you. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't know where you were going with that. Definitely.
Okay. All right. So I'm a jerk.
You chose violence that day.
Well, I'm sorry to whoever that clerk was. I'm going to continue to pay in cash, and I'm going to continue to give coins. I wonder when the last time will be that I get a penny back in change, like a physical penny. When do you
I don't know. Yeah.
Because
start keeping them.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it'll be worth something.
I could be one of those people that puts a penny down and makes a floor out of it in my bathroom.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Hey, the cost of that floor just went up because scarcity. You're listening to Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez. We are filling in for Rob and Casey today. When we come back, we're going to be having our predictions for 2026. Jerry, we got to be the first ones on this show to make our predictions.
On the record.
So we will be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Happy New Year. Hammer and Nigel Show, back live Monday afternoon with the biggest stories in Indy and a whole lot of fun. We hope you join us.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matters Show. Well, a new year is here, and one of the first things done at the beginning of each year is making New Year's resolutions. This coming year, with all the economical and financial issues going on right now, along with some major financial law changes, it is no surprise there will be a lot of New Year's resolutions in 2026 that will be financially related. So join me on this weekend show as we share with you some specific financial resolutions to consider. The Retirement Money Matters Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I've lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful. And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Experience Trump 1 year later with Tony Katz on January 24th at 6 p.m. Enjoy thought-provoking discussion, tasty hors d'oeuvres, and a chance to mingle with others. Thanks to our sponsor, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. More info at WIBC.com.
'93 WIBC, Kendall Casey Show. Brad Klopfenstein, Jerry Lopez filling in. Jerry, I have enjoyed this immensely with you today.
This has been a fun one.
It has
been a fun one.
Been relaxed. January 2nd. I think it helps when the expectations are low.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. Everybody's sluggish today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's some people are. Well, there's a lot of people that are hungover with euphoria from the IU win yesterday. So in this last segment that we have, I want to get to some predictions with you. I had this down at the bottom of the list, but I'm going to start with it since we just mentioned it. Does IU win a national championship this year? And this goes towards your fandom.
Yeah.
Depending on how you answer this, you may or may not jinx it.
Yeah, so I have to say no because I've bet against them every round. And
I don't know why you hate IU.
Yeah, I don't hate IU, but yeah, I will say no, and I will say that they're only going to get better too. They're going to get transfers that come in. They're going to now IU is going to be a football school.
It's a destination for sure.
So now you're going to get the kid from Texas who's going to transfer to IU. The kid from Ohio State that was the number 2 receiver behind Jeremiah Smith that maybe goes to IU because he wants to play now. So that's the big thing of all this. It's great marketing for the school, but I say no.
It is. I think, yeah, as long as Signetti's there and he's telling people to Google himself.
Yeah. Fun fact. So Jason Hammer texted me earlier. The championship, the final is in Miami.
Right.
So the teams that are left now, you have IU is going to play Oregon, and then you have Miami is going to play whoever.
Ole Miss.
They're going to play Ole Miss. If Miami wins, they're going to play the national championship game in Miami. That's a home game.
That is a home game.
If IU wins, the Miami kid, Mendoza, goes back home to play in a national championship, maybe against Miami. Could you imagine that storytelling?
So would that be your dream national championship?
That would be a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah. Hey, they've had a good run. It's going to continue.
Yeah. It's hard to beat a team twice.
It is very hard to beat a team twice. However, as we mentioned, IU, the number 1 seed, the next highest remaining seed is Oregon at number 5.
Right.
So 2, 3, 4, they're out.
And beat them at Oregon.
Yes. So, yeah, they beat them at Oregon. This is going to be pretty much a very pro-IU crowd because it's down in Atlanta. So it's a heck of a lot easier to travel to Atlanta. That's 500 miles.
Yeah.
You get down there in 8 hours if you're driving. Easy flights down there. So I'm going to follow that up with college basketball. Yep. Does Purdue win a natty this year?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Just too hard?
I mean, listen, the expectations are national championship now at Purdue. I think that's huge, right? It's kind of like IU next year for football. It's like we expect to make the playoff. Once you do that enough, then yes, national championship will be the expectation. But I think you just have to get used to getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times, I don't want to bring up old memories for you, but how many times were you number 1 seed and got caught slipping on a game that you should have blown them out?
Oh, my gosh.
Right? And you have to do that until you realize we still got to show up and play.
Yeah.
And you do that enough times, now you're in the show. So the consistency Purdue has says they will win one. I don't think it'll be this year.
Okay. Well, they've got Westfield's Braden Smith.
Yeah,
Good point.
yeah.
He's
a baller.
He's on track to potentially setting the record for the most career assists in college basketball. He is a baller.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, their core has been there now for 4 years. This is probably as good an opportunity as they've had in my lifetime.
Well, if you have your group for 4 years, that's how you get a chance.
It is, that is so
the
rare.
Consistency, the coach, everybody stays around. We already know unspoken verbiage between teammates. So
yeah, just give the nod and the look.
That's it.
So our other prognostications, we're going to shift it back to politics. Anything going to be done about property taxes this year?
I don't think so, and it's really disappointing.
It is.
Yep, I don't think so. And I think that the more the conversation comes out about property taxes, the rest of us are going to realize they would just adjust the tax somewhere else, and you're still going to pay the same amount.
Well, and that's the big thing. It doesn't matter where you cut taxes unless you cut spending
right
to go along with it.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to get their money somehow.
And look around. These places are not hurting for cash. They're just spending it incorrectly.
We talked about it earlier. There's a lot. Government is ripe for fraud and abuse. And yes, Doge was not wrong.
Yep.
And I wish they would have continued that. Is there going to be any fallout about the failed redistricting?
We'll see. I had Scott Pressler on Friday. He's a national voice, big Trump guy. He's coming into town. He's talking about primary and everybody. We will see if people still care in Indiana. We'll see if the Trump administration even still cares or if anybody cares after some other things have already happened. This is fresh. Let it go by for a little bit. We'll see if anybody even cares.
Yeah. So filing, I think, opens up in pretty much 2 weeks.
Right.
And yeah, we'll see how many challengers there are to incumbents, which I like seeing incumbents challenged.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be challenged. I mean, I've always said competition makes us all stronger.
Yep.
And yeah, and sometimes it's good to have a little competition. Be curious to see if the challengers who are pro redistricting have any traction and how many of them there are. So to be determined. My next question for you: will Joe Hogsett run for re-election? Or will he endorse someone like Vop Osley or Ryan Mears?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to run. I think Ryan Mears is going to be the guy. I said earlier, if redistricting would have passed, Andre Carson would have lost his seat. I thought he would have been the guy. Since that's now done, like you said, Mears just popped up out of nowhere. Now he's starting to do media.
Oh, he's everywhere.
He's ramping up now that he knows it's going to be him.
Okay. So, which I think that had they really done redistricting, he would have been eyeing a congressional seat.
Yeah.
So potentially, or that would have meant that Andre Carson probably would have run for mayor.
Carson would have came to run for mayor.
So, Interesting. Which that one's still a year out, but I know that people have been jockeying for that for quite some time. Let me ask, who is in more disarray right now, Republicans or Democrats?
I mean, the Democrats live in a state of disarray, but it's wild because as many hats as they have under that tent, whether it's the LGBT, the pro-choice, all these different groups, Antifa, they all support whenever each other's bill comes up. All of them get behind that same horse, and conservatives don't do that.
Yeah.
We're independent by nature, so it's hard to find the groupthink. And I think that causes disarray. That's why we have problems getting things like this passed. If this was California, it'd be 9-0.
Yeah. So, which the Democrats can be wacky, unfortunately. I'm looking, I mean, the way I look at it, the middle is ripe for somebody who's reasonable. Can the libertarians be those people? Or are they also wacky?
I mean, they have some good ideas, but then they have some wacky ones too, right? I think most of us are just left or right of center. Get you and any standard Democrat, just talk. You probably disagree on 2 or 3 things.
Yeah. So the more I'm around, the more I realize every political party has their crazies. And it's just a matter of how crazy are they and how much influence do you let them have?
Oh, yeah.
So.
And I had a great time with you today.
Dude, I had an awesome time. Thanks for sitting in. I'm Brad Klopfenstein. That's Sherry Lopez. We've been hanging out with you guys all morning. Appreciate it. Coming up after the break, is Tony Katz in today? Do you have any idea?
Tony Katz is in.
Tony Katz is in today, so stay tuned. Tony Katz, Jerry, I'll catch you next time.
Have a great 2026.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real result. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations, Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.